Hall of Fame Bowl is our New Year's Day setting for 16th ranked Boston College and 17th ranked Tennessee. Eagles of Boston College making their first bowl appearance since 1986, led by second-year coach Tom Coughlin. And the 17th ranked Tennessee Volunteers playing in a New Year's Day bowl game for the 4th straight year, but for the first time under new head coach Philip Fulmer. Hello, everybody. I'm Mike Patrick. Happy New Year from all of us at ESPN. 1992 was another successful year for Tennessee football, but it was also one of the most bizarre. Before the season started, head coach Johnny Majors underwent heart bypass surgery and missed the first 3 games. Under the guidance of interim coach Philip Fulmer, they got off to a great start, having to replace 17 starters. They had included upsets of Georgia and Florida. Majors would return, but as he reassumed his duties, Tennessee lost 3 of its next 5, including shockers against Arkansas and South Carolina. They would win their last 3, but the school bought out Johnny Majors from his contract and replaced him with Philip Fulmer. Joe Theismann joins me now. And Joe, the coaching transition seems to have gone very well. Tennessee is a very young but very talented team, especially at quarterback.
Oh, boy, are they talented. Heath Schuler, remember that name. He's the young sophomore from Tennessee. Here's a young man who's been responsible for 21 touchdowns this year, 11 rushing, 10 passing, but only 4 interceptions. And that's the key. He's avoided the big mistake. He's a great athlete who runs the option to perfection. But I'll tell you, Mike, the thing that really impresses me about this kid, he has got a gun for an arm.
Tom Coughlin has done one of the best rebuilding jobs in all of college football. 4-7 in his first year. In his second year, he has them in a New Year's Day bowl game. Quite an effort on his part. The Eagles served notice early with a 4-0-1 start, including 3 shutouts and a spot in the national rankings. Then came the major win of the season at Penn State, followed by 2 more victories. At 7-0-1, BC was in the top 10. The showdown at Miami never materialized, and there was a disappointing loss against Syracuse. But the Eagles still posted an 8-2-1 mark. And Joe, after those losses to Notre Dame and Syracuse, these kids would like a win over a program like Tennessee to reestablish the program.
They want to prove that they can win a big football game, and the way they're going to try and do it at Boston College today is they're going to try and control the tempo of the football game early. They're going to shift both offense and defense to try and confuse Tennessee a little bit. Now, the offense is led by Glenn Foley, who is more than adequate at handling the multi-set offense, and Chucky Dukes, who averaged 5.8 yards a carry. Defensively, I think, is where Boston College has the challenge. They're not real fast, so what they're going to try and do is shift not only once, but possibly twice to try and offset the speed of Tennessee.
All right, Joe, we're just about ready for the 1993 Hall of Fame Bowl from Tampa, Florida. We'll be right back after this.
It's pretty simple, really. It's a car, so it comes from a place. It just so happens Europe. It's also a Volkswagen, so it comes from a belief that driving is passion, that a car isn't 2 tons of heartless steel and high technology, but a friend that takes care of you on good days and bad, that protects your kids and your spirit. V6 Passat Touring Sedan. Experience one at your Volkswagen retailer.
Under terms of the joint venture, Phillips Petroleum will match the yearly contributions of the states of Texas, Oklahoma, Colorado, Kansas, and New Mexico. Ducks Unlimited will disperse these funds to secure, preserve, and enhance the migrating and vital breeding grounds of the Playa Lakes region. Charlie.
This commitment from Phillips Petroleum comes from the belief that some investments have far bigger returns than others.
To celebrate Corbel Champagne.
Welcome back to Tampa, Florida for the Hall of Fame Bowl. Working with us on the sideline, Dr. Jerry Punch. Jerry, Happy New Year.
Michael, Happy New Year to you and all the folks watching at home. You know, it has been 2 years since Boston College head coach Tom Coughlin came here on this field at Tampa Stadium. In fact, it was January 1990. He came here as receivers coach for the NFC champion New York Giants in Super Bowl 25. We all know on Wednesday the Giants fired their head coach Ray Handley. In fact, Coughlin's name has surfaced as one of the primary candidates to take that spot. Yesterday, our Joe Theismann talked with Coach Coughlin about the possibility of leaving Boston College.
My commitment is to Boston College. I'm the head coach at Boston College. That's the only thing I know. I'm full speed ahead in that capacity, focused, trying to prepare ourselves to win right here. I'm not going to be dishonest about it, and if and when the official contact is made, then I'll have something positive to say about it.
If the Giants ask permission to speak with you, would you go ahead with an interview?
I'll give it great consideration, and in all likelihood, I would like to talk to them.
Coach Coughlin has addressed the issue with his team. They've heard the same rumors you have. He told them, number one, I have not been officially contacted by the New York Giants. And number two, your focus should be the same as my focus. That is the task at hand, beating Tennessee. Mike?
All right, Jerry, thank you. And there is Tom Coughlin. He has produced a top 20 team and put them in a New Year's Day bowl game in only his second season at BC. Philip Fulmer will be coaching his first game as the official head coach of the Volunteers today. He was 3-0 as the interim head coach. Tennessee has won the toss, deferred to the second half. Joey Chapman to kick it off to 33 Chucky Dukes and 42 Justice Smith. As you can tell, a little windy here in Tampa. That may play a factor, especially in the kicking game with field goals and punts. Chapman knocks this one to Dukes 8 yards deep in the end zone, and Boston College will start from there. Let's look at their offense. Chucky Dukes is the key to that Eagle offense. 1,387 yards rushing, number 1 in the Big East, number 4 in the country. Tight end Pete Mitchell, the club's top receiver with 40 catches. He made the Football News Sophomore All-American team. Ron Stone was a 2-year starter at defensive tackle before switching to offense this year. He has solidified the front for BC. Dukes and Campbell are the split backs behind Glenn Foley. A lot of motion, a lot of shifting. Chucky Dukes near the 25-yard line. Take a look at the Tennessee defense. Todd Kelly will provide the pass rush. Leads the team in sacks with 11. 21 of his 38 tackles were behind the line of scrimmage. Junior Reggie Ingram is the middle linebacker. He tied for the team lead in tackles, even though he's missed time with a shoulder injury. And J.J. McCluskey will put on a demonstration today, starting at free safety and also playing some at wide receiver. Out of the eye, they'll give it to Dukes again, and Dukes can't slip a tackle as he gets up to the 27-yard line. J.J. Surlis, the biggest of the down linemen, makes the stop.
The guy that Boston College really wants to work at is Todd Kelly, number 58. He's got great range, great speed to run things down. And when you have somebody with that athletic ability, the best way to neutralize him is to run right at him.
And they think Kelly has a tremendous future as a pro. Put on 15, 20 pounds as an outside pass rusher. 3rd and 3. And Foley to throw for the first time. Good production. Throws underneath, complete for the first down. And he got Dukes coming out of the backfield at the 32-yard line. Reggie Ingram, the middle linebacker, was the first man there for Tennessee.
When you've got one individual on defense that you have to pay attention to, you want to put the tight end to his side. Pete Mitchell this time is in front of Todd Kelly. Nice quick release by Foley, gets the ball out nice and quick. Dukes makes the catch, knows exactly where he had to get to for the first down.
You wonder if Mitchell will have to stay in and block on him all day because he is their primary pass receiver. They go to the ground. Campbell across the 35 near the 38-yard line. Campbell at 233 pounds has the speed that he can play tailback. So he is going to be a factor today.
It's all the way this game is starting to develop has got to please Coach Coughlin, because the important thing is for his offense to be a control offense. Control the tempo, like he said. Control it with the running game, control it with the short passing game.
Boston College with its opening possession, 2nd and 5. Campbell again, gaping hole off the right side, out to the 49-yard line. Another Eagle first down. Deron Jenkins, the left corner, had to make the tackle on the senior from Brockton, Massachusetts.
They run away from the tight end once. Now they're going to go to the tight end on the right-hand side. Good block by Gordon Laurel. All you have to do is just create a little bit of a screen. When somebody's got some quicks, all he has to do is read ahead, and boom, he's outside.
Out of the eye this time. Play action by Foley under pressure, and Kelly got it. Todd Kelly, second only to Reggie White on the all-time sack list at Tennessee. And if you're going to be second to somebody, that's a good guy to pick.
He also said he felt like he might be able to catch Reggie had he played in all the games. Watch him just come hard outside on Britton. Starts the outside, then moves inside. This was a play-action pass. Foley dropped a little bit deeper than he has so far in the ball game. Gave Kelly the opportunity to use his speed.
It's a loss of 10, 2nd and 20. Draw play, Dukes. Tripped up as he got to the 45, 46-yard line by free safety Jason Parker.
That's what Chucky Dukes does best. Got great eyes. It's funny, when you talk to people, coaches, defensive coaches about other players, they say he's got good hands, got good this, got good that. They talk about Chucky Dukes and say he has great eyes, great vision, finds the hole, reads the block very well, uses those hips to set up defensive backs in the secondary.
Dukes is out right now, and Campbell, number 32, in his place in the backfield on 3rd and 11. And Foley did not like what he saw. He goes for the timeout instead. Timeout on the field. First period, 11:15 to go. There is no score.
Hey, I'm one full-size adult. So naturally, I'm big on nutrition. But there's something inside of me that still gets really pumped about frosting. But who's kidding who? This body's a shrine. And we don't put fat or salt in the shrine. I'm lighting up.
Relax. With Kellogg's Frosted Mini Wheats, you can have it all. For the adult in you, whole grain nutrition, fat-free and no salt. For the kid in you, lightly frosted, great taste.
Hey, I'm no dumbbell. I know what I like. The frosting.
It's a car. It's also a Volkswagen. So it comes from a belief that driving is passion, that a car isn't 2 tons of heartless steel and high technology, but a friend. The new V6 Passat Touring Sedan. Experience one at your Volkswagen retailer.
Good morning, America!
Good morning.
Good morning.
Wake up, you sleepyhead.
Good morning to you and you and you.
Get up, get out of bed.
Every morning all across America, over 50 million people come to life with Delta faucets.
Live, love, laugh, and be happy.
Good morning, good morning.
Delta,
good
the way water is brought to life.
They ate the same lunch, got the same heartburn, but his antacid is very different. His Tums has calcium. Most antacids don't. Regular Rolaids uses an aluminum salt. This uses aluminum and magnesium. So does this. Of all these, only Tums helps wipe out heartburn and gives you calcium you need every day.
Something my body needs anyway. I like that.
Calcium-rich Tums. That's the one you want.
ESPN's presentation of college football, the 1993 Hall of Fame Bowl, is brought to you by Volkswagen, who brings you 3 new cars engineered to recharge the human spirit, and by the Delta Faucet Company. Delta, the way water is brought to life. We're on the sun coast of Florida for the Hall of Fame Bowl in Tampa. Boston College and Tennessee. BC has taken the opening kickoff. They are facing a 3rd and 12 from their own 46-yard line. And Kelly jumps offside. Let's see if there was movement from the tight end, Pete Mitchell.
Dead ball. False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty.
All the officials today, that is Jim Baker, are from the Western Athletic Conference.
I love that, too. In college football, they do not identify the players. And, I think professional guys are saying, that's not a bad idea. We ought to sort of adapt that rule.
That'll make it 3rd and 17 from the 41. Campbell is the single setback. 2 wide receivers near side. Kelly with pressure again. Foley steps up. Running for his life into Tennessee territory. He got to the 46. That will be about 4 yards shy of a first down. Shane Bonham chasing down from behind.
Kelly just causing all kinds of problems. See Mitchell glance out at him. He knows he's coming. He just comes hard around the corner. Britton just can't handle him. They try and block him, forcing Foley up inside where his friends are to help him.
And Britton is an all Big East lineman. Jeff Beckley to kick to Sean Summers, who waits at the Tennessee 10-yard line. High snap, got down with it. Now he's got to try to run the football, and he's down. The high snap did them in. Nick Jester, the freshman linebacker from Delray Beach, Florida, covered the play.
Lower left-hand corner, you see him come around the right-hand corner, I should say, number 45. The snap really caused it, but he lost his footing at the last minute. There it is, lower left-hand side, comes right around the corner.
Now, without the bad snap, that's a good enough block to get it done. Tennessee starts out of the eye. Heath Schuler on the first play, wants it all down the middle. Caught at the 1-yard line, Ronald Davis. Holy cow, what a first play.
Philip Fulmer not holding anything back. Good play action fake, freezes the linebackers a little bit. This is just a classic case of Tennessee having more speed. You see him, what a great catch. What an outstanding grab.
Michael Reed was the defensive back who was beaten on the play. And now Tennessee is going to have to take a timeout, or was it Boston College? It was the Eagles. That is their second. And Philip Fulmer wants his offensive team to the sideline.
He wants the whole team over there, not just the quarterback. He's got his quarterback, Schuler. He says, hey, get everybody else over. Isn't he impressive throwing the football? I mean,
he really is.
I have had the opportunity to watch a fair amount of college football this year. I've never seen someone that young as Schuler is, have the ability to be able to set his feet and have such a natural fluid release with the football.
And a little unusual for somebody that's that good a runner, too, because he's very dangerous on the ground.
And on the other side, Mike, you got Boston College. It's a young football team. They've got to be wondering, geez, all of a sudden we're moving the ball, then you get the sack, then you get the screw up in the punting game. Now all of a sudden you got your backs backed up in the end zone.
Boston College has burned 2 of its 3 first-half timeouts here early in the quarter. Mose Phillips and Charlie Garner will be the running backs on 1st and goal from the 1 behind Schuler. And Tennessee in this situation with the weight advantage up front.
All their linemen are built like run blockers. They're all about 6'2", 6'3", right around 290, low centers of gravity. Get a big push by the offensive line.
Garner didn't make it. Tried to go over the top and was stuffed, and there's a penalty marker down as well.
John Stolberg, number 57, knifed through. Anytime you got a jumper, you want to try and get to his legs as quick as possible, and that's exactly what he did.
But the penalty is against the Eagles.
There he is. Watch him fire right in and get down low.
First down. First down.
So the penalty will move the ball to the half-yard line. The benefit for Tennessee, it is first down.
For those linebackers, they love to close on a back when he gets in the air.
And chopped him right at the waist. Option, Schuler, touchdown. He had 11 rushing touchdowns during the season. That is a record for quarterbacks at Tennessee. He runs the option so well, and at 6'3", 208, he's got some power, too.
We saw in the play before the linebackers of Boston College commit to stop the back. This happens the same thing. Schuler this time just keeps the ball and finds a little crease. Watch the left side. He's just looking for a little crease. Follow the big guy. Follow the biggest guy and head on in. Jeff Smith leads him into the end zone.
John Becksport, who has hit 64 straight extra points now in his career. It's 7-0.
Have you ever created or invented a product? Don't just let it sit there. Do something about it. You can start by calling the Inventors Helpline in Washington, D.C. at 800-227-7000. You'll receive free confidential forms and useful information describing the invention process. And when you call right now, you'll also receive a free brochure which tells you how to begin to develop your new idea. So get the ball rolling. Pick up your phone right now and call for your free Inventor's Kit.
Call 800-227-7000.
We make so much more than our parents ever did. And they bought a house, took vacations.
That was then. Things are different now.
So how are we going to do it?
Get the Wall Street Journal Guide to Understanding Personal Finance.
Guide will help you with important information you need to know. Get 13 weeks of the journal for $37 and your free copy of the Guide to Personal Finance. Call 800-832-8700. That's 800-832-8700.
When I came to the United States, I ended up living about a mile away from a boys club, the Northwest Boys Club in Miami. We soon had friends that went to the boys club and got us involved with the boys club and introduced me to football when I was 11 or 12 years old. The first 10 years of my life, I spent in Cuba with my family. I'm Cuban born. We left Cuba a year and a half after Castro came to power, and my family felt that because of the restrictions placed on personal freedoms, that their children would be better off living in the United States. Yeah, there is no doubt in my mind that playing football added a great deal to my college life. And I think the rewards in college athletics, if it's done correctly, are great. And certainly the rewards to me have been tremendous.
This message provided by the NCAA.
Being from the Northeast, that's a pretty sight to us. Tampa, Florida, the palm trees, the breezes, and the 1st of January.
A balmy breeze instead of an icy wind.
Heath Schuler getting nothing but praise from upstairs after the opening series. It has Tennessee on top 7-0.
This kid is special. I'm going to tell you, everybody's got to remember his name. Heath Schuler. Write it down, put it in a drawer somewhere, because he's special.
And the scoring drive didn't take long because the first play was a 42-yard bomb. 37 seconds off the clock, and 7-0 Tennessee.
There's balance in your offense. One run, one pass.
Hey, you can do anything with statistics. Chapman to kick the Dukes, and Justice Smith. And he is kicking into a wind. and crushes another one, this time out of the end zone. Let's check in with Jerry Punch. Doctor?
Hey, guys, can a paid job cause controversy? Well, it has here in the past. In fact, 6 years ago in this end zone, Georgia led by 4 points over Boston College in the waning seconds. They threw a pass in the end zone. The receiver caught the ball, fell right here on the maroon part, and was called out of bounds. Well, it's painted again the same today. So what's inbounds and what's out of bounds? Actually, the white part is inbounds. That's a touchdown. The maroon is inbounds. And right here, you're still inbounds. Here, you're out of bounds. Guys, back upstairs.
All right, Jerry, we want you stationed at all 4 corners of the end zone down there because we're going to need your help if they throw one there. Foley goes back to work. They'll keep it on the ground out to about the 25-yard line.
Coach Steve Zabel explaining to his, and there really isn't a lot to tell the defense. They gave up one big play, but they had a chance to take a look at a couple of formations that Tennessee wants to use. He's just trying to settle them down. Say, look, don't worry about it. We can get the job done. We can play with them. Just stay in there and stay tough.
Gain of 5 on first down. Campbell is the single, excuse me, this is Dukes, and he is overwhelmed at the 20-yard line. Shane Bonham. Jerry Punch, we want to ask you a question about the finger injury suffered early in the week to Glenn Foley. What have you learned about that?
Well, the Boston College trainers were a little bit more concerned than they let on early in the week, Mike. In fact, what he did was hyperextend the MCP joint of the third finger on his right hand, his throwing hand. They're concerned about him being able to grip the ball, number one, or throw the ball. So certainly that's got to be a concern, Joe, for a passer here early in the game.
For us laymen, that's called the knuckle, right, Jerry?
Right, that's the knuckle of the middle finger.
On 3rd and 10, Foley trying to run for it again, and he won't make it. Slides at the 26-yard line. So Foley has not been able to find enough open receivers to keep the offense rolling.
It isn't, and usually first down is critical, but they've done very well on first down. It's been a mistake. It's either been a sack or a negative yardage run. They go to that 3-trip tight end formation. Tennessee has seen them run the pitch that way. They just fire everybody there to throw them for negative yards, and Foley has to pull it down again.
Sean Summers waiting, another bad snap. Beckley gets this one off, and Summers will make the fair catch to the 44-yard line. We've got a timeout at the Hall of Fame Bowl. 7:53 to go first quarter. 7-0 Tennessee.
It's a car. It's also a Volkswagen. So it comes from a belief that driving is passion, that a car isn't 2 tons of heartless steel and high technology, but a friend. The new V6 Passat Touring Sedan. Experience one at your Volkswagen retailer.
Nicoderm, nicotine transdermal system by prescription only.
I'd heard about the Nicoderm patch, but when it comes to something like that, I only go to one place for advice.
Nicoderm. Ask your doctor about it.
After all, who knows better?
Thanks to Smart Rate from the Discover card, interest charges now have a whole new bottom line. Smart Rate, currently as low as 14.9%. It pays to Discover.
Get your little behinds in there.
All over the world, there's a ritual that takes place right before bedtime.
And don't forget to wash behind your ears.
And for over 35 years, one faucet has helped more kids get away with it.
And you two better be clean.
Or not. Delta, the way water is brought to life.
Tennessee with a 7-0 first quarter lead in the Hall of Fame Bowl. Number 64 is Tom Nalen, the long snapper. Veteran junior out of Foxborough, who has made a couple of bad snaps. One that did not allow his punter to get the kick off. That one almost the same thing. Might be a little case of nerves playing in a bowl game here. Tennessee with great field position again. They'll start at their 45. Charlie Garner, the single setback. And Garner will get the carry. Slashing between tacklers, brought down by Stephen Boyd. Tennessee offense has Heath Shuler at quarterback, the sophomore, an accomplished passer and a running threat, third in the SEC in total offense. Corey Fleming, his favorite target. He led Tennessee with 40 catches, fourth in the Southeastern Conference and 490 yards. Up front, Mike Stoll is the only two-year starter and all-SEC pick. He is an excellent run blocker. And they ran over Stoll's side that last time. They'll try it this time with little success. Boston College defense, Mike Marinaro, the Eagles' most consistent lineman, third on the team in tackles as a three-year starter. Tom McManus averages 14.5 tackles a game. The senior was a two-time Big East Defensive Player of the Week. And Charlie Brennan, the Big East free safety, #1 team, the big play man in the secondary. He has 6 interceptions. Third and less than a yard for Tennessee.
I think they're going to be short.
Very good. You're 1 for 1 in the new year.
I thought it started that way. Phil Fulmer, now, when they got into this situation down around the goal line after the penalty, they went to the option. I think it's a great thing to do. You put the ball in the hands of the best athlete on the offense, your quarterback.
They'll run out of the eye this time and give it to Phillips, the fullback, and he will be very close to a first down. Phillips, 6 feet 220 out of Nashville. And it will be a first down. They won't bother to measure.
Weight differential is a big thing in this ball game. Tennessee's offensive line has a considerable advantage over Boston College's. There you see it. The O-line of Tennessee, the Big Orange, 290 pounds. BC's front, a little under 250. That's 40 pounds a man. That will tell more as the game goes on.
Shuler to throw, 4-man rush. This is Phillips, the fullback. Nice cut, another nice cut down to the 33-yard line. He made a run against South Carolina on a screen pass. He made 8 men miss to get a touchdown.
Number 53, Tom McManus, is a rusher. Not really nifty when it comes to being a pass cover. He's a run stopper. He gets out in space a little bit. It's a little bit harder for him to change direction and make tackles.
1st and 10, Tennessee. Garner. Boy, he raced toward that hole. Stephen Boyd on the stop.
One thing is becoming very obvious to me, and that is that Boston College, they can't match Tennessee in the speed department. They realize that. But the thing that their linebackers and their secondary people are going to have to do to control Tennessee's offense is if they get a shot at tackling somebody, they're going to have to wrap up and hold on to them. They can't allow the Tennessee backs to break tackles consistently like they have so far in this drive.
Garner, 3 carry, 15 yards. 2nd and 4 here for Tennessee. Shuler on the option, wants to throw off of it and has it batted down, incomplete. Good defensive play by the redshirt freshman Chris Sullivan, number 93. Guy with a world of potential who they think is going to be a fine player up front.
Man, I don't care who you are. When you're a yard from the line of scrimmage, you're going to get it back in your face. Watch the left side of your screen. Chris Sullivan, number 93. He reads it. He's actually trying to read option. Does an excellent job adjusting to Shuler wanting to throw the pass.
Third and 4. BC shows blitz. Here they come. They throw against it. Complete to the 10-yard line. Fleming to the 5. Touchdown. Corey Fleming with his 3rd touchdown reception of the year, and what great moves he made after the catch. Bexford for the point after. He drills it through, and you have to wonder if Boston College is starting to think this could be another Notre Dame.
They hope not, I'll tell you that. QBs and receivers get a lot of credit when a touchdown pass works out, as that one did. But the real credit goes to Mose Phillips, number 19, the running back. Watch this. From the left side, you'll see Mose pick up. Joe Kamara, number 5, is going to come in. Schuler's going to drop back and have the opportunity to fire the ball left. Mose sees the blitz coming, cuts him down, allows Schuler to make the delivery. If he doesn't get the block, Kamara's right in Schuler's face. You wind up with a sack or an incompletion, not 6.
Schuler with the big pass. He has done everything perfectly so far and has his club on top 14-0 first period. This is a team that had to replace 17 starters. Wasn't expected to do a whole lot this year. Played a lot of freshmen, a lot of redshirt freshmen, and boy, are they loaded for the future.
Well, the other thing is, too, is this is a rare Tennessee team on offense. They really don't have receivers with track backgrounds. They've got kids that are really football players as opposed to track guys converted. So they get a few speedsters sprinkled in out there. There's no telling where this offense can go.
Boy, and have they run some guys off the track team to play wide receiver for this team. Another booming kick that Chucky Dukes will take 9 yards deep. As the NFL playoffs heat up, so does ESPN's NFL Game Day and Primetime, with shows both tomorrow and Sunday. Tomorrow, Game Day starts at 11:30 in the morning. Then Primetime comes back at 7:30. On Sunday, it's noon Eastern for Game Day and 7:30 p.m. Eastern for Primetime. In-depth interviews, all 4 first-round contests on Game Day, the post-game analysis on Primetime. Campbell and Dukes behind Foley, who throws incomplete to Dukes coming out of the backfield. Let's check in with Jerry Punch. Jerry, what do you have?
Mike, Boston College's offensive line coach Mike Macer is having difficulty adjusting the blocking for his offensive line. The reason is they're complaining they can't reach their blocks. That Bonham and Kelly, the Tennessee defensive ends, are so quick. They're lining up outside and going around them. They can't even reach them to block them. That's a problem.
Boy, is it a problem. Just ask Glenn Foley. 2nd and 10. Campbell, the single setback. He's looking for Mitchell. Instead, throws deep downfield to the corner, completes it to Clarence Cannon. You could tell he wanted Mitchell as tight end, who was in motion because he's his favorite receiver, but he was well covered, so he went to Cannon.
And this is the difference. Kelly doesn't just get blocked by one person. He gets blocked by 2. The tackle comes out Britton, but also you see the fullback, Darnell Campbell, help him out a little bit. Foley, when he has time to throw, can really put the ball where he wants it.
The first down, Boston College at the 39. Campbell squeezing between tacklers out to the 43-yard.
I think this is a key play for Boston College. Now, it doesn't mean a lot, but in the last 2 drives they've had on 2nd down, they've had something negative happen. They have to have something positive happen on this down to give them the momentum back and take it away a little bit from Tennessee.
4:37 to go, first quarter. 2nd and 5. Dukes got 4. Chucky Dukes, a junior college transfer. He said he was really helped by the junior college experience and rushed for 1,387 yards this year, a school record. Was a finalist for the Doak Walker Award as the nation's top running back. He's had a great season.
And it's one thing to put up numbers like 1,300 yards, but what really impresses me is he has a 5.8 yard per carry. That is impressive.
3rd and a long 1. Campbell hit at the line of scrimmage, and I don't think he made it. Tennessee is really pumped at this point. And Campbell, their biggest back at 233, got about half of that long yard.
what hurts a running game more than anything is penetration. Watch the right part of your screen. Shane Bonham, number 92, comes in, and then Ben Talley comes in and finishes it up. I mean, and all of a sudden, once you take away the offensive line, guards pulling, or the lead blocker, you got your running back naked on the corner, and you get a lot of safety support and linebacker support.
It's that far short. They're checking with Tom Coughlin. The punting team is not coming in.
All right.
How about this? First quarter, bowl game, go for it. Or fake it.
No. I think Boston College will go for it.
4th and a foot from their own 48-yard line, down 14-0. Campbell, the single set back behind Foley. Campbell, first down. Oh, what a lift that's got to be.
And you know what you do? This is really Tom Coughlin just gave an infusion of confidence to his football team. He said, listen, I believe in you guys. I'm going to put it on your shoulders to go make some blocks. Gordon Largo, 6'3", 250, number 98. He's the lead guy, stands him up. Stands Ingram up right in the hole. Allows Campbell to make the cut and pick up the first down.
Ingram has missed a lot of time with a bad shoulder. He's only starting at middle linebacker because Willie Richards was suspended for violating a team rule. Dukes wants to throw. It's a toss back to Foley. Foley down the middle to Mitchell, and Mitchell to the 30. This guy is great in traffic. He has excellent hands, and you gotta like the play.
I love toys. That's a toy. It's a perfect place to do it. Now your ball club's got a little confidence. Tom Coughlin really pulling out all the stuff. They've been running to the short side with Chucky Dukes, turns around, throws the lateral back to Foley. He wants it deep down the field. It's covered. Does an excellent job of finding Mitchell on the secondary pass. Looks like that finger's okay for him.
And Jason Parker, the free safety, didn't bite on any fake. He just stayed with his responsibility. Foley again down the sideline. Caught at the 6-yard line. Keith Miller, the flanker back, with a diving grab.
We have seen some sensational catches. Ronald Davis for Tennessee. Now Keith Miller. They split the double zone. Little play action fake to hold the safety in the middle of the field. Set and fire. Watch him lay out for this one. He just lays out. Oh, that's beautiful. And as he starts down, he brings the ball into his body. Watch the lower left-hand part of your screen. Look at that. Great concentration.
First and goal. Campbell will get the carry inside the 5, inside the 3.
This is what Tom Coughlin was talking about, controlling the tempo. It seemed like the first 2 series, he was really bent on trying to run the football, get his guys settled down. Now he's opened the game up so that they can, you see, sometimes the term ball control is misleading. You think you have to run it all the time. He has done it just by controlling the tempo. Come with the big trick play. Pick up the 4th down. Let him go a little man-to-man, head-to-head up front.
Play clock winding down. 2nd and goal. On the ground to the 1. Campbell again, the workhorse big back. And we're down to 1 minute and 25 seconds in the period.
Think play action? I really think in this case here, you've been pounding the ball, You get Mitchell released quick, or possibly Lauro out into the patterns, and you just dump it.
Going with a tight formation. Mitchell, the tight end, will be on a wing. Campbell lost a yard as Tennessee swarmed on him. Reggie Ingram, 41, the first man there, the middle linebacker.
The first 4th down was easy. This one's going to require a little more thought. The defensive line can get under the offensive line. You see it at the point of attack. They stand up. The offensive line, Ron Stone, number 67 on the right side, stood up. With those hats up high, there's no drive into the end zone.
4th and goal, and that is their last timeout of the half with 19 seconds to go in the first quarter.
You know what causes that a little bit? It's interesting, is the position of the ball on the field. Remember, the coach is within a restricted area. He's only up to the 35-yard line. Now, with a 25-second clock in college football, when you're substituting on a 4th down, you want to be very specific in the huddle as a quarterback. The guys have to come a long way to bring you the play. And if you mess up a little bit or the formation doesn't come out perfect, you're just not going to have the time to do it.
You also notice that offensive players always lie about the distance that the ball is from the goal line. You see them hold their hands up like it's the length of a football, but it's 1.5 yards, so the coach calls a different play.
On this particular play, you'll see Glenn Foley want to try and get some people moving. There you see Miller start in motion. He moved Pete Mitchell in a little bit. Now he can't get him started back the way he wants him. Good play. I mean, use your timeout. It's 4th down. You're down by 14. The priority for Tom Coughlin and his ball club is to get the 7 points.
No sense keeping them in your pocket. You can't use them later. This drive was fueled by the 4th down, go-for-it decision by Tom Coughlin. Going for it again here on 4th and goal. Shift back to a tighter formation. Intended for the tight. It's Ivan Boyd. Touchdown. No.
They called it incomplete.
Ivan Boyd thought he had it.
Glenn Foley thought he had it. I thought he had it. Watch this. Right part of your screen. Quick pop. Little delay underneath. He doesn't have it.
He didn't. Got it on the bounce. Doesn't count.
Never has possession of the ball. He has it in his hands. He lays out for it, but his feet don't get on the ground. Good hit. Good big hit by J.J. McCluskey.
And that's a nice throw by Foley. He put it where it could have been caught for a touchdown.
I think Mike, the place to throw it down around the goal line is in the body. If you get a guy laying out a little bit, I mean, it's a good throw, tough throw, but hard to bring in.
Tennessee will start from its own 1, and Boston College trying to muscle up front. That will be the last play of the first quarter. And it's been all Tennessee. The Volunteers lead the Hall of Fame Bowl 14-0.
Good morning, America!
Good morning.
Good morning.
Wake up, you sleepyhead.
Good morning to you. And you and you.
Get up, get out of bed.
Every morning all across America, over 50 million people come to life with Delta faucets.
Live, love, laugh and be happy.
Good morning. Good morning.
Delta,
Good
the way water is brought to life.
A kiss? No, I'm sorry. I don't think so.
Oh, no, please, no, baby, no.
Oh, not a good idea. Not now.
No, bad time.
Fight morning breath with Scope. Scope has 2 powerful ingredients that kill 90% of the bacteria that cause morning breath.
Your kiss is ready. Pucker up.
Right on the kisser.
Come on. Kiss morning breath goodbye with Scope.
Give me that kiss. It's a car. It's also a Volkswagen. So it comes from a belief that driving is passion, that a car isn't 2 tons of heartless steel and high technology, but a friend. The new V6 Passat Touring Sedan. Experience one at your Volkswagen retailer.
Start of the second quarter, and Tennessee with a 14-0 lead on Boston College. Coming in, the Eagles wanted to control the football and keep it away from Tennessee. They have controlled time of possession. They have not been able to control Tennessee's offense and the scoreboard.
We're going to try and make them go a long way this time. 98 yards away from pay dirt was Tennessee is with 2nd down.
Facing a 2nd and 9 here. This is Stewart to get his first carry. Pounds his way out near the 5-yard line.
This is a big series for Boston College's defense. Haven't really been able to shut down Tennessee's passing game. They've been able to control the running aspect of it. Got to get pressure on Shule. I'd be willing to go after him right here, make him throw it early, and hope that he can't make it a perfect pass to a wide receiver.
Need to reach the 12-yard line for a first down. Stewart again on the carry, and he will get out to about the 8-yard line, so BC ought to have good field position on this. Tom McManus, number 53, on the tackle. Someone suggested earlier in the week that wearing orange and white in the stadium is not a great good luck charm, because this is the home of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But Tennessee seems to have brushed that off so far.
Now, they're not wearing orange pants. Remember, the Bucs wore orange pants for 12 weeks and struggled a little bit. More than a little bit, they struggled.
Tom Hutton standing in the end zone, and Boston College has 10 men on the line of scrimmage. Clint Kubiyama at the 47. Nowhere to go. Gets back to the 45-yard line. Let's check in at the sideline with Jerry Punch. Doctor?
Well, I'm with a fellow who needs no introduction, former World Wrestling Federation heavyweight champion Hulk Hogan. And Hulk, you're a native of Tampa, here watching great football, but also for another reason.
Well, you know something, Jerry, I'm really glad to be here because this is the greatest bowl game on New Year's Day, man, the Hall of Fame Bowl in the beautiful Tampa Stadium. But the reason the Hulkster's here more than football, more than anything else, if we've got a new invention. It's the first picture that the whole world can see, even blind children. I'm involved with Touch Books, based right here in Tampa, Florida, and we've got a 3D picture, we've got a whole language, a color-coded chart, and we've brought a lot of our Hulkamaniacs here that are visually impaired, and it's called Touch Vision. Disney's on the bandwagon, and a lot of other big companies are on the bandwagon. You're going to be seeing a lot of it, and it just brings a smile to these blind children, because once they feel the picture, once they touch the language, the color chart, they actually can visualize the colors. And we're here today to punch them out, Dr. Punch.
Well, thank you very much. And I'm a big fan, and so is Joe T upstairs. We say we're Hulkamaniacs, too.
All right, Joe T, what you going to do when me and Dr. Punch run wild on you?
Take that, Joe.
I'm going to try and catch the ball a little bit better than Chucky Dukes did on that last play.
Chucky had to hit him right in the hands, and he lost it. Now Dukes will go back to the ground across the Tennessee 40 down to the 39-yard line, about 3.5 yards shy of a first down. Dukes normally a very reliable receiver coming out of the backfield. Caught 21 during the regular season.
Chucky Dukes is a guy they have to get into this ballgame. You see the production he had his senior year as opposed to his junior year. Not real fast. All he's going to do is wind up with 7 or 8 yards. Not going to run away from anybody necessarily, but he's going to get the ball down the field for you.
And 126 yards a game. Dukes and Campbell are the backs. Dukes with a carry to the 38-yard line.
Boston College wants to try and run the football in the shorter yardages. Tennessee's defense has met that challenge. This time, he's got to go for it again on 4th down. He's a little bit out of field goal range and too close to punt it, because you're only going to give up 18 yards if you kick in the end zone.
The way Boston College has kicked field goals this year, they're a long way out of field goal range. 4th down, Campbell, the single setback, movement up front. The left tackle, Dan Britton, appeared to jump early. Let's see if someone from Tennessee got there first.
Dead ball, false start on the offense, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Number 79, Dan Britton, just rocks back a little bit. He hears Foley with the motion count, anticipated being the snap count, rocks back just enough. But the other part of that is, you got to remember, Todd Kelly's been coming hard on the outside all day so far, and he wants to get in a position to block him.
Didn't change Tom Coughlin's mind on 4th and 8. He'll go for it, pulling out all the stops here in the first half. That was Mitchell shifting to the near side. Foley under pressure again. Throws on the run. Mitchell with the catch. He's got the first down at the 31. You gotta like this guy.
This kid here's got a future as an H-back in the National Football League. Not real big, only 6'2", around 240, but great hands, and what a nice job by Glenn Foley. Watch the defensive pressure up the middle. Drops back in the pocket, knows where he wants to go. He's looking to the left, comes off to a secondary receiver. Mitchell just gives a little flash of the hands to let him know he's in the open field.
Back to the eye on first down from the 31. Dukes maintains his balance and gets down near the 21-yard line, which is what he needs for another first down. And you can see why this offense can move the football.
Todd Kelly, great football players have instincts. Now here's Kelly on a little bit of a twist, tries to pick the hole, except he guessed wrong. Watch him come. Watch the left part of your screen. Watch him from the right to left. See how he sliced through a hole? It was a little stunt. Good job by BC's offensive line shielding the point of attack and letting them miss it. Mike Mazur's got to feel a little bit better about the way that offensive line's performing now.
Chucky Dukes, 9 carries, 34 yards, second and a yard here. Foley comes to the near side, complete at the sideline, and got it to Ivan Boyd, the junior out of Canton, Ohio. It is a first down, Boston College. And if Foley's hand is bothering him, it doesn't show anymore.
Nice setup. Watch how he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sets the back foot, shuffles, releases the ball. Good tight spiral, giving the receiver an opportunity to make the catch.
Foley, 6 out of 9, 87 yards here in the opening half. Over the middle, Mitchell, touchdown. The sophomore All-American tight end catches his 4th touchdown pass this year. He beat Deron Jenkins.
Deron Jenkins, only a freshman. He releases inside. Doesn't even put a move up. Jenkins gets caught outside, puts his hands up. He does a nice job with his hands. He puts it up just to let Foley know he's in the open field. You know, a lot of receivers wave and everything. All you do is flash the hand a little bit. Quarterbacks will find you. That time Foley did.
The point after from David Gordon. And Boston College cuts the lead in half. Second quarter, it's 14-7.
You know, I don't get it. We make so much more than our parents ever did. And they bought a house, took vacations. They even managed to retire.
That was then. Things are different now.
So how are we going to do it?
To help manage your money more wisely today, get the Wall Street Journal Guide to Understanding Personal Finance.
The guide is filled with information you need to know before you buy a home, plan your retirement, or start saving for your child's college years. It's yours free when you subscribe to the Wall Street Journal.
Every business day, the Wall Street Journal gives you the news, analysis, and insights you need to make the right decisions for your business, your career, your future.
Subscribe now to the Wall Street Journal. Get 13 weeks of the Journal for $37, over 20% off the newsstand price, and your free copy of the Guide to Personal Finance. Call 800-642-7400. That's 800-642-7400.
Yes, Super Tuesday. Look out! NCAA basketball is super every Tuesday night on ESPN. Start off with the dynamic action of the Big Ten. Super Tuesday. And the Southeastern Conference will keep you on the edge of your seat. Glorious teams bringing you marvelous wall-to-wall excitement. ESPN Super Tuesday.
Back around the turn of the century, when I was in school, the University of Tennessee was about students. Things haven't changed so much since then. Okay, so you spruced up the classroom a bit and got yourself a real nice robotics lab.
And one of the best business schools in the country.
So maybe they've added a degree program or 2 or 370. What's really changed? Just as it was back in my day. It's students. They're what the University of Tennessee is all about.
ESPN's presentation of college football, the 1993 Hall of Fame Bowl, is brought to you by Volkswagen, maker of the new V6 Passat Touring Sedan. Hall of Fame Bowl, Tampa, Florida. Mike Patrick and Joe Theismann with you. Happy New Year from Tampa. And Tennessee has seen its lead cut in half. Scoring drive, an impressive one it was, as they went for it on 4th and 8 and made it the key play in that drive. Mitchell with the touchdown.
Also the key catch on that 4th.
Sure was.
Instincts play a big part in any sport. And Pete Mitchell has an instinct to just find holes. He knows where he has to go.
Jeff Beckley to kick it off. Nilo Sullivan, the freshman. Nilo Sylvan, excuse me, waits at the goal line. Sylvan across the 20, tripped up, reaches the 30-yard line. Hope you'll be with us for Sports Center tonight at 7 o'clock and 11:30 p.m. and 2:30 a.m. for a complete wrap-up of all the New Year's Day Bowls. Live reports with Chris Fowler, Lee Corso, and Craig James from New Orleans, previewing and analyzing the national championship game between number 1 and number 2, Miami and Alabama. So join us for all 3 shows on Sports Center.
Man, those guys will be up at 2:30 in the morning?
Sure they are.
Oh, wow. I bet you they'll look bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, too.
Stewart, 33, Brunson, 44 are the new set of running backs. And Stewart hit at the line of scrimmage, dives forward to the 32-yard line. Let's check in with Jerry Punch. Jerry?
Guys, a minute ago, about 3 plays before BC scored, sophomore linebacker Ben Talley behind me hobbled off the field complaining of pain in his right ankle. He's been examined by orthopedist Bill Yeomans, who told me that the ankle is okay. It's actually above the ankle. In the fibula, it's bruised. They're going to retape him, try to get him back on the field in the next defensive series. Back upstairs.
All right, Jerry, thanks. We'll check on that when they get the ball back. Schuler with time, throws underneath, complete at the 35-yard line for a gain of about 2.5 yards. As they had Stewart coming out of the backfield, and Stephen Boyd, the linebacker, made the stop on it. Right now, Tennessee's offense does not seem to have the rhythm that it had earlier in the ballgame. Of course, you established pretty good rhythm on the first play when you hit for 42 yards. 3rd and 4, Tennessee. No one in the backfield behind Schuler. Little sprint this way. Throws complete to Faulkner. Faulkner to the 40-yard line. Fumbled it after he hit the ground, and it should be enough for a first down. Michael Reed made the tackle. And Hulk Hogan has just walked into the booth with it.
Watch what Schuler does on this play. He'll sprint to the left. He gets away from the center well, gets the ball up, turns his hips and shoulders. He's a very natural rhythm thrower. One of the most impressive I've seen in college football. Philip Fulmer has got to be delighted to have this kid around for the next couple of years.
Spot the ball at the 40, first down Tennessee. Schuler's hit 5 out of 6 for 89 yards and a touchdown already. Once again, they'll go with a spread offense quickly to Fleming. Fleming out to the 49-yard line, and McManus was on him. So opening it up a little bit right now.
Well, it's a deceptive offense, because what Tennessee wants to do is they want to spread you out. And Boston College, not very fast defensively. They can't afford to put linebackers or backs up on the nose of the wide receivers. So he's going to have those little pops off the ball. Dave Cutcliffe, the man on the left. Wait a second. Let me put Dave in the circle. There he is right there. There's Super Dave.
Schuler again, screen back to the near side. Blockers in front of Ronald Davis, but he's tripped up as he got to the 45. Joe Camaro made a saving play. There was a lot of room downfield.
Dave Cutcliffe told us about Heath Schuler. He said, physically, he hasn't seen anybody with that much technique and gifts. He said his biggest concern, and what he's tried to drive home to Heath, is that he's got to worry about where his foot is or where his elbow is. Just concentrate on reading defenses and playing the game a little more mental.
First down at the BC, 45 for the Volunteers. Schuler to throw again. Plenty of time now. He'll run it. Schuler dives to the 31. Another Tennessee first down. He rushed for 286 yards this year.
One of the things when you have a quarterback that has his kind of mobility, this time the BC secondary does a good job in coverage. You're committing 7 people to coverage, but who's going to cover the quarterback? Tucks it away, does a good job of protecting the ball. He's a solid. I mean, you walk up and touch him, it's like hitting a wall.
Brunson and Stewart, the running backs, as they go back to the eye on 1st and 10 from the 31. Stewart hitting the backfield, shakes off the tackle, can't shake off the next one. And it was number 57, John Stolberg, the nose man, who made the play. Let's check in with Jerry Punch. Doctor?
Hey, guys, the word out of Bryson City, North Carolina, Heath Shuler's hometown, is that he isn't the best athlete in the family. Can you believe that? He has a younger brother, Benji Shuler, who's a senior wide receiver. Now, they say he is an outstanding athlete and a prospect. Everyone in the country after him. He's up in the stands watching older brother play today.
Jerry is a senior in high school. Heath Shuler had 42 touchdown passes, 3,626 yards passing. I'd be afraid to see his brother.
Had 15 rushing touchdowns the same year.
Option. Shuler keeps. Couldn't get very far because number 91, Dan Kerr, had him by the jersey, and then McManus finished it up.
That's a nice job by Kerr. Strings it out just enough to be able to hold on to him and allow them to pursue inside out. Watch the top of your screen, number 91. Plays off the block of Smith, keeps him off his feet, forces Shuler to commit. That's the key in the option. Force the quarterback to make a commitment. That's what he did.
3rd down, 8 yards to go for Tennessee from the 29-yard line. They're already leading 14-7, 6:15 to go first half. Shuler, 5-step drop, guns it across the middle. Fleming has it at the 15. Another first down, Tennessee. Clint Kubiyama made the tackle.
Clint Kubiyama right there. He's going to drop back in the middle, and you'll see the route come in underneath it. He's back in the middle of the field. The square in comes underneath him. Now he's got to come up and try and make the play. Does a good job of squaring up, making the tackle on Fleming.
Shuler, 8 out of 9 for 118 yards so far. Shuler set to throw again. Got this one a little low, but completed it down to the 10 to Boyd. Excuse me, Nilo Sylvan.
Nilo thinks he's in the NFL. He's down on the ball. He's going to get up and go.
It's a gain of 5.
Coughlin checking the brim of that hat. It's like a baseball coach.
Baseball background. It will be 2nd and 7 as they spot the ball outside the 10-yard line. One wide receiver in this set. They'll keep it on the ground, give it to the fullback, Mario Brunson.
You know, Michael, one thing, if there's one area of the field I think that favors Boston College, it's when they get backed up and Tennessee's close to their goal line, because now Boston College doesn't have to worry about Tennessee's great speed. They're not going to run by it unless they run into a wall. So this is where really Boston College, if they can have him just kick a field goal, they will have accomplished what they want to defensively. Steve Sabo saying, hey, look, just got to back up a little bit.
3rd and call it 6. The ball spotted just inside the 9-yard line. Hayden is the tailback, number 24. And Shuler wants to throw. It's a flanker screen, and it won't work. Boston College all over it, but what a job by Nilo Sylvan to keep it alive. He shed 3 tackles before he finally went down. Little quick flanker screen.
Little tough to run down here. Everybody's matched up close. You see the inside. Nice job. Boy, oh boy. If Charlie Brennan doesn't come up and make some kind of a hit, misses him the first time, missed him the second time, he knows Nilo Sylvan is out there somewhere.
Bexford to try the field goal. It will be a 34-yard attempt. And he missed it wide right. Bexford, who had made 16 of 23 misfires, the lead is still 7.
At BASF, we don't make the sneakers, we make them bouncier.
We don't make the car, we make it more colorful. We don't make the leather, we make it jazzier. We don't make the helmet, we make it more comfortable. At BASF, we don't make a lot of the products you buy, we make a lot of the products you buy better. BASF.
It's a car. It's also a Volkswagen. So it comes from a belief that driving is passion, that a car isn't 2 tons of heartless steel and high technology, but a friend. The new V6 Passat Touring Sedan. Experience one at your Volkswagen retailer.
You can teach your kids the fun of soccer from the right techniques to the right attitude with the help of a great coach and ESPN Home Video. Bob Gansler, coach of the United States World Cup team, shows you how to teach your kids all the basics of the game with the emphasis on safety and fun. A free phone call gets you started.
And play. Yes, maintain possession. Yes, screen it. Yes, I like it.
Teaching Kids Soccer is just one of the many Teaching Kids videos available from ESPN, all featuring proven methods from famous coaches. To order Teaching Kids Soccer for just $29.95, call 1-800-841-8900. Ask the operator about our other Teaching Kids videos and save $5 when you order 2. You'll also receive a free ESPN Home Video catalog. Teaching Kids Sports is child's play with ESPN Home Video.
It's 14-7, Tennessee over Boston College. 3:34 to go first half of play. We'd like to thank the Family Channel Blimp for the aerial coverage of today's game. Blimp being piloted today by Jim Dexter. Blimp from the Family Channel. How come ESPN doesn't have a blimp?
Oh, next year? Next year?
We piloted by Joe Theismann.
We have balloons.
Foley with time, throws again to Mitchell to the 26-yard line.
Good protection by Ron Stone, number 67. Now, there's a guy who was a defensive tackle the last 3 years, switched to offensive right tackle. He's an excellent athlete, got good feet. And Coach Mike Mazer, the offensive line coach, went to him and said, listen, on the defensive side of the ball, you're going to play 15 snaps. Come on and play on my side. I can start you at right tackle. And there he is, doing a good job.
2nd and 3. Darnell Campbell, the single setback as they go a power formation right, and Campbell gets absolutely nothing out of it. J.J. Surlis on the bottom of the pile. Guy who has undergone multiple knee operations already has arthritis in his knee.
Shane Bonham gets under Ron Stone this time, makes the play. Now, something to keep in mind, Boston College is out of timeouts. But in college football, which I have become a student on the rules, is after a first down, the clock will stop. So it's up to Foley to keep the pace of this game now quicker.
3rd and 3 now. Dukes the deep man. He gets the carry behind Campbell. He has the first down. Talley makes the stop as he got out to the 33.
Now Glenn Foley's got to get him in and out of the huddle. Clock does not stop at a 2-minute warning, so they'll just keep on rolling the clock down, but they can't waste time getting plays in and out.
Clock works his way down to 2:10. Boston College with a chance, with a good drive here to tie after being down 14-0. Foley with a short drop to the sideline, incomplete, intended for Greg Bryce. The redshirt freshman from Miami, Tracy Smith, on the coverage, number 3.
That particular play went out. Now, Foley's in a rhythm. I really felt like when Greg Rice started to make his break, he was a little lazy coming out. Now, in a 2-minute situation, everything's got to get tuned up a notch. You can't get a little lazy. You got to take it up a notch, not down a notch. You got to make your routes crisp. You got to give the quarterback a chance to make a throw.
That's the problem with freshmen. Second and 10 intended for Mitchell. Up in the air and nearly intercepted. J.J. McCleskey diving for it. Couldn't get it. And if you noticed, the much better job that Boston College has done keeping Kelly out of the backfield.
The way you do it, we've seen him use a tight end. We've seen him use a running back. And watch this. They're going to use a tackle. Then the guard's going to come around and make the play. This guard over here is going to come around. Tackle sets. Guard goes and looks for him. Says, hey, look, we'll block you with everybody on the offensive line. You don't know where we're coming from.
Third and 10 for Foley. Throws incomplete. Excellent coverage down there. Tavio Henson all over it. And Boston College will have to kick it away with 1:46 to go in the half.
Jeff Beckley's going to have a pretty good wind in his back. As long as he can get the snap and get it comfortably. As long as 64, so he certainly has the leg to be able to move the ball down the field and put Tennessee deep in their own end.
Sean Summers, who averages 11.5 yards a kick return, is back near his 20-yard line. Beautiful high sailing punt. Summers forced all the way back to the 20. Makes the fair catch, a punt of 46 and no return. 1:39 to go first half. Back in a moment.
In 1895, Wilhelm Röntgen discovered X-rays. The following year, Siemens worked closely with him to develop its first X-ray tubes. That was then. This is now. Today, Siemens manufactures imaging technology that helps doctors save lives. And with 35,000 people nationwide, the men and women of Siemens will continue to manufacture ideas that even Professor Röntgen never dreamed of. Siemens, precision thinking.
To celebrate Corbel Champagne.
Tennessee leading Boston College 14-7 second quarter. Coming up at halftime, the Duracell halftime report. We'll have an interview with Dr. Joe Johnson, the president of Tennessee, regarding Johnny Majors and the controversy surrounding the buyout of his contract. Johnny Majors will join us live from Knoxville. And then we'll have Chris Fowler, Lee Corso, and Craig James live from New Orleans in a preview of the national championship game. So I hope you'll stay with us at halftime. Right here, it's 1:39 to go first half of play. Tennessee with the football up 14-7. They'll start from their own 20-yard line. Hayden on the draw. Boyd did a nice job stepping up, getting a piece of him, and they get some help at the 25.
Schuler did a nice job of finding Hayden because he thought he was going to be on one side, then quickly adjusted to the other.
Clock running, 1:22 to go in the half. No pass rush at all, and Hayden with all day. And then Boyd just takes Faulkner and body slams him. It looked like Hulk Hogan went back to the field. Faulkner 177 pounds. Boyd is 233.
Falls under the category of mismatch,
doesn't it? And that's very close to getting a penalty out of that play. Another sophomore for Boston College. Sophomore All-American, named by the Football News. Schuler again with all day to throw, completes it out to the 35-yard line on first down.
Now remember, Tennessee has all three of their timeouts left, so now they have two.
Sylvan made the catch, McManus made the tackle, and we've got a timeout with 54 seconds to go in the half. Back in a moment.
I always rehearse my presentation in front of the bedroom mirror.
In front of the bathroom mirror. Who would know better how to make business travelers feel at home than Holiday Inn? That's why more of them stay with us. Holiday Inn. Stay with someone you know who really knows you.
Nicoderm, nicotine transdermal system by prescription only.
I'd heard about the Nicoderm patch, but when it comes to something like that, I only go to one place for advice.
Nicoderm. Ask your doctor about it.
After all, who knows better?
Why get an inferior shave when you could have the best? Why choose ordinary lubrication when you could have the richest? Why settle for average protection against razor irritation when you could have the most advanced, giving you the closest shave with less irritation? Edge Gel. Ultimate closeness. Ultimate comfort. That's the Edge.
Tampa Stadium in Tampa, Florida, home of the Hall of Fame Bowl. And our storyline, Boston College. Foley, 8 out of 14, 106 yards, their only score on a touchdown pass. They have dominated the number of plays, but Tennessee has been more productive. Schuler with an exceptional first half. 12 out of 13, 126 yards and a touchdown. They scored the first 2 times they had the ball. 2nd and 5 here with 54 seconds to go in the half. Great pass protection for Schuler. Guns it over the middle, incomplete. Throwing for Fleming, and he just got a hand on it. Kubayama was the closest defender for the Eagles.
If there's one thing that Heath Schuler really hasn't had a chance to perfect yet, it's being a pure drop-back pocket passer. He's got great athletic ability, throws well on the run. He'll learn to throw the ball with a little less heat when he wants to get it to receivers out of the pocket.
3rd and 5 for Tennessee.
Put a little time back on the clock.
Hayden is the single setback, number 24. Here comes the blitz from Boston College, and they'll get it out to Faulkner. Blocker in front. Has the first down and more. Got it out to the 48-yard line. So Boston College unable to get any pressure on Schuler, resorts to the blitz, and again, they're burned.
Good vision by Heath Schuler. Sees the field. Actually, he's looking right at the blitzer. They have the adjustment, a quick post on the outside. Little quick out by the inside guy. Craig Faulkner deciding not to go out of bounds. Picks up the extra yardage and lets Tennessee use another timeout.
With 39 seconds to go in the first half, they'll have 1 timeout left. Boston College has none. Here's our scoring summary. Schuler with a 1-yard run after a 42-yard pass play on their opening possession. That made it 7-0 Tennessee first quarter. And then Corey Fleming with some nifty moves after the catch. Scored from 27 yards out. Pete Mitchell responded with a 12-yard touchdown grab from Foley to cut it to 14-7. And that's where we stand right now with 39 seconds to go in the half. And Philip Fulmer, the first official game as the head coach of Tennessee this bowl game.
Comes in undefeated.
He has been at Tennessee as a player and a coach a long time. Offensive coordinator under John Majors, who relented on his earlier decision to coach in this bowl game and bowed out, and I think that was the right decision for Tennessee.
Tom Coughlin is on the sidelines. His future up in the air.
Four-man rush. They want a screen to Fleming. Defense very well by Boston College. Only gets it to midfield. McManus is out there, but Kubayama was the first man on the tackle to make the play.
Tennessee doing a very good job of getting their people up to the line of scrimmage. 20 seconds left to go in the half.
And Schuler will just kill the clock with 16 seconds left.
I think what they want to do is they'll want to come back with some kind of a deep in route to Corey Fleming. They'll stop the clock for the first down, probably have it around 10 seconds, get another play close enough to get an opportunity for a field goal, use your last timeout. You don't have to worry about throwing the ball on the perimeters because you have the timeout left.
Bexford 53, a career-long kick this year. He has already missed once, and he would be kicking into the wind if they do have the field goal opportunity. Schuler steps up in the pocket, deep down the middle, and right off the face mask of Ronald Davis. throw it any better than that.
Yeah, but I want to tell you something. If you take a look, if you can, look at the shadows of the players. He's looking back. See the shadow of the players? See how it's going right to left? He's looking back, dead into the sun. This is a bullet coming out of the sun. Hits him right in the head. He was guessing where it was going to be. Heath saying touchdown. Oh, gee whiz. That you can't blame. I was down on the field.
Oh, I know.
The sun is sitting right behind Heath Schuler's shoulder.
And remember, Davis is the guy who made that great catch in the first quarter. But it's disappointing for a quarterback to throw the ball that perfectly.
Heartbreaking. Gosh, he has been right on target. But I mean, that young man, he just lost it in the sun.
Hutton will punt on 4th and 10, and they would have easily been within Beckfort's field goal range at that point. And Tennessee will be penalized 5 for a delay of game. That doesn't matter very much. Kubiyama will step up near his 20-yard line, waiting on the punt. End over end. Kubiyama lets it go. Clock running. And they'll kill it inside the 5-yard line on the last play of the first half. So Tennessee jumps on top early, 14-0, but Boston College has cut the lead to 7.
Which publication tells you about hundreds of great jobs open across the country right now? High-paying professional, managerial, and technical jobs. The National Business Employment Weekly. Which publication helps you land one of those jobs with articles on how to sharpen your resume, how to shine in interviews, how to market yourself. The National Business Employment Weekly. Which publication helps you do better after you land a great job, get along with your boss, get a raise, get promoted. The National Business Employment Weekly, published by the Wall Street Journal. It's all you need besides your own ability to land and do well in the kind of job you've been looking for, in a part of the country you'll enjoy at a salary you can be proud of. It's all you need. Get the National Business Employment Weekly at your newsstand, or order by credit card and get 8 issues by first-class mail for $35. Call 800-372-3000. 800-372-3000. The National Business Employment Weekly. Don't make a career move without it.
ESPN's college football season goes out with flying colors in a bowl week extravaganza. North Carolina attacks Mississippi State in the Peach Bowl. Saturday night at 8 Eastern, live on ESPN.
The Hall of Fame Bowl halftime report is presented by Duracell batteries. You can't top the copper top. Halftime at the Hall of Fame Bowl, 14-7, Tennessee over Boston College. Johnny Majors is one of the central figures in the history of Tennessee football. When the university bought out his contract, it created a controversy that shook the school and the state. Majors and the school had been negotiating a contract extension, and the coach thought they had a deal. But as university president Joe Johnson told me earlier this week, it was a deal he pulled off the table.
What I took off the table was the extension of the contract. And, of course, as you know, when you do that, and you got 2 years left in a contract, all of us are, I guess, smart enough to know that that really is the end of it. So when we took that off the table, then what was remaining on the table was, I guess you'd look at just an outright firing, which we did not wish to do, the issue of retirement, or the issue of taking a job as an associate athletics director within the athletics department. And those remained on the table. What was taken off the table was the extension of the contract.
How could the university come up with $600,000 to buy out the coach's contract when you had a wage freeze, when it was an issue of him wanting more money in the beginning for a contract extension? Where did the $600,000 come from that apparently wasn't available before?
Now, let me stress an important point, not quibbling with you. The availability of dollars was never an issue. We fortunately have an athletics program that is in the black, has a reserve, and does very well. So having the money to give a $100,000 raise or a $70,000 raise or a $100,000 raise was not the factor in terms of availability of money. It had to do, we had money in a number of places throughout the university, We could come up with the money to give raises, but we're in a situation that, from the state's point of view, we were not allowed to give any raises.
How about unhappy alumni, especially after the 2 losses?
In terms of pressure on me, I think I got, during this whole episode, about 100 letters and probably 30, 40 phone calls.
How about the fact that he wanted a pay raise when you had a salary freeze?
His pay package with us was about $310,000, $20,000, $30,000, which I think ranks about 5th in the conference. He felt like he ought to have more money. Very frankly, from my point of view, I'd felt that he ought to have more money. But I did not feel, as a responsible for an institution that has operations throughout the state and not being able to give anybody else a raise, that we should make that adjustment should be made while the freeze was on.
Was his health an issue?
His health, you have to rely on John Majors and his physicians. And he says he's healthy. He talks to his physicians. I don't. And so health was not a factor.
What was your reason for wanting to take the offer off the table?
I was not satisfied with the relationships within the athletics department and around the athletics department, and I felt that we needed to make a change in those relationships, and decided we needed to make a change in the head coach.
Did you ever have a player or coach on John Major's staff come to you and complain about these relationships?
I have never had a player talk to me about relationships with John Majors. If you wandered back over the years, not recently, I want to stress that, not recently, during this period that's created a great deal of attention. But back over the years, yes, there has been an occasional coach who would express a concern about relationships.
What kind of relationship do you want to see between Coach Fulmer and his coaches and his players?
I would like to see one in which there's an intense interest by, in this case, the coach, in the student athlete as a student, as a person, in those persons' lives, how they behave, how they act, what they do, what their ambitions are, as well as achieving their goals as an athlete.
Dr. Johnson also told me he was more than satisfied with a 1-loss record, that the upset losses didn't have anything to do with it. Coach Philip Fulmer also said, denied that he was part of any palace revolt on the part of the staff, and went on to express his respect and admiration for head coach Johnny Majors. Coming up, live from his home in Knoxville, Tennessee, the former head coach of Tennessee, Johnny Majors.
The BBC, Turner Broadcasting, and Time Life Video dare you to take a walk on the wild side with Trials of Life, the gripping, award-winning nature video series that exposes the struggle to survive through uncensored, shocking photography. Join acclaimed naturalist David Attenborough for a close encounter with raw nature as you've never seen it before. Violent footage shows you the life and death struggle to survive in a harsh and brutal world. The quest for food, the thrill of the hunt, and the strategy of the kill. The battle for supremacy, the relentless drive to continue the bloodline, and the miracle of birth. Trials of Life is a first-hand account of the struggle to survive in a savage, untamed environment. Call this toll-free number now to receive Hunting and Escaping for $9.99. You'll see up close why the law of the jungle is kill or be killed. Try Hunting and Escaping. If it captures your interest, you can get other videos about every other month. Each tape explores the harsh realities of survival in the animal world. Trials of Life is a video series that will change the way you look at nature and yourself. People magazine calls Trials of Life visually stunning. Entertainment Weekly says Trials of Life is one of the liveliest nature shows ever. See the deadly art of survival in the wild in Trials of Life. Some scenes may not be suitable for younger viewers. Take a walk on the wild side with Trials of Life. Call now to order Hunting and Escaping for $9.99 and find out why we call them animals. To
order your Trials of Life video, call 1-800-654-1500 or send $9.99 plus $3.23 shipping and handling to Trials of Life, Grand Central Station, P.O. Box 5294, Department H-67, New York, New York.
Back at the Hall of Fame Bowl in Tampa, Florida, where Tennessee is leading Boston College 14-7. And we're being joined by John Majors, live from his home in Knoxville, Tennessee, the new coach at the University of Pittsburgh. And we'll get to more of that in a moment. John, you heard the interview we did with Dr. Johnson. He talked about the kind of standards that he wanted between his head coach, his assistant coaches, and the players. The implication being that he did not like the relationships you had with those groups. What comment do you have?
Well, that's quite interesting and quite surprising and shocking. Of course, I'm not used. Nothing shocks me much after the last 5 or 6 weeks that events that have happened. But I've known Dr. Johnson for 16 years, and I've probably never spent any more time with anybody, administrator or athletic director, than I have with him because of the time I've been here. And he's been involved a lot with it as a vice president. Dr. Johnson used to come to practice many times, but I don't remember the last time I've seen him in the last couple of years. And Joe Johnson has not talked to me about having to win so many games to stay at Tennessee or changing my relationships with players or coaches whatsoever. In fact, the interesting point to me is about 8 days before my release, or my lack of extension of the contract, there was a large article in the Washington Post where Joe Johnson very affirmatively expressed his positive relationships with me and my relationships with the University of Tennessee at that time. The first time
Johnny, did anyone in the administration ever talk to you about it?
No. Doug Dickey talked to me Sunday night prior to them notifying me Wednesday, the week of the Memphis State game, that I would not be able to continue coaching. And Doug asked me about my relationship with coaches, and which was surprising and shocking. And I should have replied at the time. I said, Doug, you know, your own son, Darryl, played for us for 5 years and also coached for me as a graduate coach. And Darryl and I had great relationships, like many of the players I've been around and coaches. And I said, Darryl and I continue to be good friends, but I didn't think about saying that at the time. I was a little shocked because the tenor of the tone of the conversations had changed. And on Wednesday, it announced to me that I could not continue coaching, which I was totally shocked because I'd made a commitment.
John, I don't mean to cut you off here, but let me try to cut to the heart of the matter. Why do you think you were fired?
Well, I think that they wanted me to ease me into an administrative position. Thought I would do it because they mentioned health to me several times. Doug Dickey did, and in the paper, but they stopped talking about that recently. I think that people were enamored with Phil Fulmer walking the sidelines in my absence about 3 weeks, and they won 3 games. We won the next 2 when I came back, and I think probably the administration were afraid they were going to lose a coach to the staff, and there were some rumors about players maybe leaving or transferring or coaches leaving, and I'm quite interested in where that came from, because I've never lost a good football player in my life that ever transferred. And I don't remember getting any good ones.
John, let me ask you, you said when you left that you wanted to thank all your assistant coaches, especially the ones that had been loyal to you. Obviously, by implication, you felt at that time that some weren't. Do you feel that Philip Fulmer was part of that, or have you changed your mind having had the chance to think about it?
I strictly just said I appreciate all the coaches that have been loyal to me at the University of Tennessee and throughout my career. Some of the greatest relationships I've had have been with players and former players, and also coaches have gone on to the NFL and become head football coaches of our staff. We've had some great, very healthy mutual relationships that have been positive.
So you have nothing bad to say about Philip Fulmer, who was your longtime assistant?
I've had nothing bad to say about Phil Fulmer. I'm just curious to where the rumors came out that the players' revolt was going to happen, maybe, or players are going to transfer. That concerns me very much because I felt like we were on the brink of the most exciting years in my tenure at Tennessee the next couple of years, because we have young quarterback in kicking and starting 5 freshmen. I felt like we had the best young talent since the young talent we had at Pittsburgh prior to our national championship team.
John,
so,
you do have some great talent there, and I'm sure Philip Fulmer very grateful to have those players. We've got just a second left. I wanted to thank you for joining us and wish you the best at Pitt, where you went before and won a national championship, and we certainly wish you good luck up there.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to being there. Very exciting.
When we come back, we'll have a chance to talk to Tim Brando in New Orleans. Stay with us.
I joined a diet plan and spent $90 a week to go from a size 12 to a size 8.
3 months later, she was back to a size 12.
Then I called Nordic Track. Now I'm a size 8 for good. With Nordic Track, I not only lost the weight fast, but it stayed off.
And you can keep it off. Nordic Track helps you lose weight and keep it off because Nordic Track raises your metabolism. It actually changes the rate at which your body consumes calories. And since Nordic Track simulates cross-country skiing, the world's most efficient aerobic exercise, it burns calories faster than bikes, treadmills, and stair climbers, up to 1,100 calories per hour. So you lose weight fast and keep it off, unlike most diets and diet plans.
I never thought that such an easy workout would keep the weight off, but it does.
I lost 25 pounds on my liquid diet plan.
He gained it all back.
But then I discovered Nordic Track, and the weight came off, it stayed off.
And you can keep it off in just 20 minutes a day, 3 days a week. And Nordic Track exercises both your lower and upper body, so you'll get a total body workout.
Nordic Track cost me a lot less than joining a diet plan or a health club.
I took diet pills. I lost 34 pounds.
6 months later, the weight came back.
That's when I decided to get off the diet roller coaster and get on a Nordic Track. Using a Nordic Track is easier to stick with than any diet plan I've ever been on. And I can still eat regular meals.
In fact, Nordic Track is so easy to stick with that after 5 years, 7 out of 10 Nordic Track owners still use their Nordic Track skiers 3 times a week.
It's been more than 2 years. The weight's still off, and I'm still on my Nordic Track.
Nordic Track is so effective, we guarantee you'll lose 10 pounds in the first 60 days or we'll give you a refund. So call now to lose weight and keep it off. Guaranteed.
It's easy. Anyone can do it.
I did it.
You should give Nordic Track a try.
Call for a free video and brochure.
Hall of Fame Bowl, where we're at halftime with Tennessee leading Boston College 14-7. Let's take a look at some of the first half highlights, and Tennessee got off to a quick start, Joe.
They really were. This was the first play from scrimmage for Tennessee. Heath Schuler goes back with a little play action pass, and Ronald Davis, number 1. Not only does he get up the field on Michael Reed, but what a catch he makes to come down on the 1-yard line. Tennessee goes in to score. The big problem for Boston College has been trying to contain Todd Kelly. There he takes a hard inside on Britton and sacks Glenn Foley for a loss. Now, Boston College says, we're going to make an adjustment. We're going to bring Pete Kendall, number 66, over to help out Britton and give Foley a little more time. And then Pete Mitchell's been the big offensive receiving star. This is down around the goal line. He just throws his hands up. Glenn Foley sees him, makes the reception in the end zone, and that was after a great 4th down and 8 reception as well.
Smokey, the Tennessee mascot, had a little fun early, but it's getting to be a closer game, and the tail isn't wagging quite as much. 14-7. Here are the first half stats. Rushing yards, Tennessee has had a great rushing game all year, only 45 yards in the first half, but they passed for 140. Both teams with 10 first down. The total play started to even out a little bit toward the end of the half as Boston College had dominated that situation. Tennessee will receive as we start the second half. Beautiful sight here. Field beautifully decorated on New Year's Day.
It's also a very fast track. This field, of all the stadiums where they play professional football, this one has the best drainage and is really fast. The grass is thin, and you can really run out there.
Jeff Beckley will kick it to Nilo Sylvan, waiting at the goal line. Second half is underway. Sylvan with a chance to return from the 7. Straight up the middle to the 25-yard line. Let's check in at the sideline with Dr. Jerry Punch. Jerry?
Guys spoke with Tennessee coach Philip Fulmer in the locker room at halftime. He said he was very pleased with the offensive plays, and we do want to come out and try to establish the run in the second half. His concern, the young cornerbacks, and a couple of busts by my young cornerbacks have cost us 1 touchdown and a lot of yardage. Now, Tom Coughlin, on the other hand, was concerned about the communication or lack of communication in his football team. Said we burned a couple of timeouts unnecessarily. We got to settle down, maintain our composure. We can play with these guys, he told his team at halftime. Back upstairs.
All right, Jerry, thank you. And he proved they could play with him, cutting that halftime, that lead from 14-7. Garner on the toss, pinned in, can't go anywhere.
John Stolberg, number 57, again, penetration. He is the nose tackle. And Jason Lehman, who's a redshirt freshman, number 66 for Tennessee, has got his hands full trying to cut off Stolberg, making plays and disrupting the running game.
Garner, who gained 928 yards during the season, third in the Southeastern Conference, has really been held down. 4 carries, 14 yards. Garner again. Tried to break this one to the outside, got near the 30-yard line. And once again, it's Stolberg.
Well, if you can't block him with one, block him with two. They try this time. Number 57, right in the middle of the screen. Put the guard and really get a good push. He splits the double team to make the tackle. Boy, that's just an outstanding play.
First team All Big East nose tackle, a fifth-year senior out of Boynton Beach, Florida. Third and about 6. Again, no pressure. Schuler with time over the middle, complete first down out to the 46. Ronald Davis with Michael Reed on his back and Charlie Brennan also on the tackle.
That's what's known as cocking it and letting it fire. Watch him throw this thing. Watch Schuler throw this thing. Great job by Ronald Davis catching it. Gets a nice anticipation away from the center. Sets, reads the defense, looks left, and then just unloads it. Look at it. It's so fast. Our camera guys are the best in the business, and they can't follow it.
Davis, 3 catches, 64 yards. Mose Phillips, the fullback. Nice cut to the 33-yard line of Boston College. Charlie Brennan had to bring him down a gain of 21.
Well, that's not somebody you really expect to carry the ball. I mean, he's a good blocker, a good pass receiver. Doesn't have the niftiest of feet. But once they get the trap blocking up front, he can make the play. You see him pull the guard. They just trap. What they did is they took advantage of what Stolberg's been doing. He's been penetrating. That time they let him penetrate, kicked him out with the guard, ran behind him.
And a good block to get Stephen Boyd, the inside linebacker, out of the play. Phillips will get a couple this time down to the 30-yard line. McManus in on the tackle, as he is so often. Guy averaged 14.5 tackles a game.
You know, both their inside people did. Boyd averaged 12. That's unbelievable. I mean, talk about the heart of a defense. Exactly. Your 2 inside linebackers stopping the running game.
He wanted to play in a bowl very badly, far more than he wanted to get individual honors, and he got plenty of those. 2nd and 6. Schuler gives it. Garner. And Garner to about the 23-yard line, very close to another first down. Kubiyama came up from the corner.
We saw Mose Phillips make a good run before, and now he's been asked to block. McManus comes up to meet that, gets down low, but couldn't get lower than Mose Phillips. Tennessee reaching the area now where Boston College can handle that speed a little bit, match up a little bit better.
Jerry Punch said they wanted to establish the run, and they have done that coming out of the locker room. Garner again. Nice cut. Still on his feet to the 10. Another first down, Tennessee. Gain of 12 for Charlie Garner. Jason Pahopek made the tackle.
Charlie Garner's got the great little shake. Watch the little shake he uses. Sweet feet. He's into the secondary now. He's through the hole. Watch the sweet feet. There's one shift out. There it is. Whoa, we got everything moving. Helmet, shoulder pads, hips, feet. They're all going one way.
At a Falls Church, Virginia, where he had a 2,000-yard rushing season.
Jeb Stuart High School.
Garner has gained 23 yards on 4 carries in this drive. They'll get another crack at it. Stutter steps, got him nowhere this time, and there is a flag down on the play. Dan Kerr, number 91, in on the tackle for the Eagle defense. And this will cost them 10.
Fulmer in this, excuse me, Philip Fulmer. Let me get my voice back down here.
On the offense, 10 yards to the foul. Repeat your style.
It's only the 5th penalty we've had all day.
As Dr. Punch said, you know, Tennessee wanted to come out and run the football a little bit, but now he's in a situation where I think he's got to put the football in the hands of the guy who can make plays for him, and that's his quarterback. Either with some type of an option or let him go back in the pocket and read the defense.
1st and 20. Comes the blitz. Schuler throws the screen. Phillips down to the 14-yard line. Good play call against the blitz, and Boston College has had no success with it today.
Good job by Tim Murabato. He runs it down. He's not the fastest guy in the world, but he will get it from behind. Looks off the blitzer. He knows he's coming. Gets up in the air. Nice elevation to get the ball over. There you see the job of the support of that Boston College secondary.
Bubba Miller, the freshman left guard, nice block downfield. And what would the Southern football team be without someone named Bubba? Schuler, quarterback draw. What a move inside the 10-5, touchdown. Probably looking at someone who will be a Heisman Trophy challenger down the line.
Got my vote already. Watch this move. It's a quick quarterback. This is a trap. What they do is they trap the quarterback draw that time. Let the defense rush a little bit, but here it's just individual effort. Breaks the tackle of Kubiyama.
The extra point is good. I know. I've had trouble too. Schuler's great run gives his team a 14-point lead 3rd quarter.
Do you know what you need to know about managing your money? Take the Wall Street Journal personal finance test and find out. Are you wasting money by buying a car rather than leasing it? Are there drawbacks to refinancing a loan at a lower rate? When can you throw away old tax returns? You'll find the answers in this free book, The Wall Street Journal Guide to Understanding Personal Finance. The guide is filled with information, from financing your new car to refinancing your home. There's even information on how to lower your taxes. It's yours free when you subscribe to The Wall Street Journal. Every business day, The Wall Street Journal gives you the news, analysis, and insights you need to make the right decisions for your business, your career, your future. Subscribe now to The Wall Street Journal. Get 13 weeks of the Journal for $37, over 20% off the newsstand price, and your free copy of the Guide to Personal Finance. Call 800-227-3400. That's 800-227-3400.
A special edition of the NHL on ESPN. Last season, Chicago made it to the Stanley Cup Finals. This year, Jeremy Roenick and the Blackhawks want it all. The Blackhawks face the Capitals Saturday live on ESPN.
ESPN's presentation of college football, the 1993 Hall of Fame Bowl, is brought to you by Lincoln Mercury and the complete line of 1993 Lincoln and Mercury automobiles. And by Siemens for leading-edge technologies in electronic and electrical engineering. Depend on Siemens precision thinking. Heath Schuler, who just turned in a brilliant run to put his club up 21-7, 3rd quarter Hall of Fame Bowl. Mike Patrick and Joe Theismann with you from Tampa, Florida. Take a look at this great individual effort.
Different variations. This time they take the guard and they trap him. He has nobody to block. Schuler sets quick and then makes the move. Les Miller comes over, has nobody to block. Watch this. Kubiyama tries to tackle him. He breaks that tackle. Then Malamula tries to tackle him. He can't tackle him.
Joey Chapman to kick it away to Charlie Dukes and Justice Smith. Smith 2 yards deep in the end zone. He'll bring it out. Wedges it right up the middle, but shy of the 20-yard line. It's our pleasure to have Doug Flutie in the booth with us. And Doug, of course, the most exciting player Boston College ever had. It's great to see him back in a bowl game.
It's great to see him in a bowl game, and they're looking offensively, moving the ball well and giving a good showing for themselves. And the whole organization has just gotten a big turnaround from Tom Coughlin.
Doug, you bring up Tom Coughlin. You've known Tom Coughlin for a long time. What did he mean to you in your career?
He put a lot of discipline into me, and for me, he was the most influential coach I've ever had as far as developing me as a young player and teaching me football, learning to read coverages, read fronts, and know what's going on the field.
You played in the National Football League. You know what a National Football League coach is like. Your assessment of Tom Coughlin as a potential, and I emphasize that, potential pro coach.
I think he'd do a great job. I think that he has the ability to organize and direct players better than anyone I ever knew. He gets more done in the day than any coach I've ever seen, and gets more out of his players than any coach I've ever seen. His only stepping stone or problem is the way he likes to go about things. You have to deal with egos in the NFL, and those type of players that are going to do things their own way, and you'll have to deal with that.
Would you see that as a potential headbutting situation? I mean, he's a very set man in his own ways, and
there's the potential for it.
You mentioned egos in the National Football League?
No.
Great now.
That's one of the problems that Ray Handley had with the New York Giants, where the rumors have Tom Coughlin at least interviewing for a job. Right now, it's 3rd and a long yard for BC. Foley to throw, wants a flanker screen, has it complete, but they're not going to get anything out of it. Greg Rice hit behind the line of scrimmage by Ben Talley, the weak side linebacker.
Yeah, but Jeff Tullis is the guy that makes it. Number 38. Watch this. Green has nowhere to go with the ball. Keep your eye on number 38. It's a quick screen. He rushes up the field. He reads it. Now, Green has to go back inside, and you see Tullis sort of force him back into the pursuit.
So Beckley will have to kick it away. And Sean Summers waits inside his own 35-yard line. Low line drive, returnable kick. Summers. Midfield to the Boston College 46-yard line. There is a flag down back behind the line of scrimmage, and it will be a roughing the kicker call. Much to the delight of Doug Flutie.
They need a few breaks to get it going again.
Well, this is another thing. We talk about Glenn Foley as a quarterback, putting up some big numbers. What's your assessment of it?
I think he's a strong-armed kid that has all the tools. Maybe not the athletic ability of a Schuler, but Heath has done a great job running around. He doesn't run around as much. He throws the ball very well, makes good reads. And the system that he's in relies a lot on running the football and formations to set up plays.
That's Nick Jester running into the kicker, and you saw him thrown down. Interesting rule in college football. It doesn't matter how you hit the punter, even if your own man throws you into it.
That was a great job of acting, though. It isn't a question of being thrown. It's when you roll 5 yards and land at somebody's feet, and the kicker trips over you like, oh, my goodness, I've been destroyed.
Oh, he drilled him. Come on, give me a break.
When you're up here, you're supposed to be impartial. Big break for Boston College because it's a first down at their own 30. 8:05 to go third quarter. Campbell the single setback. Foley throws, almost intercepted, and now ruled incomplete. Clarence Cannon looked like he had a shot at it, but Jason Parker, number 7, came around the side.
Foley that time gives you an idea of his arm strength. He sets in the pockets and fires. Watch the right part of your screen. There's the throw. It's in, it's out, and it's down. Good call by the official. Excellent timing. Jason Parker, only a freshman.
And there are so many young kids on both of these ball clubs. They look to be loaded for the next couple of years. Mitchell in motion. Campbell picks up 3 or 4. Doug, the last couple of years, you've just had brilliant seasons in the Canadian Football League. Any aspirations to give the NFL another shot, or are you happy where you are?
I'm very happy where I am. I'm having a lot of fun. Financially, things are working out up there, too. So I'm very happy in my situation. My day-to-day life has been much more pleasant, and you feel
no stress.
You just feel good about yourself. So I don't know. It depends. If the right opportunity were there, I'd look at it. But I'm very happy where I am.
3rd and 7. And now the officials want to talk it over. Doug, we want to thank you for coming up, and you bring back a lot of memories of great games at Boston College, and I think everybody who likes college football is glad to see the Eagles back in a bowl game.
Oh, thanks a lot. So am I.
All right.
And also,
thanks.
Remember, Doug, we're both 5'11".
Exactly.
Absolutely.
You got it, Joe.
Take care. Good to see you.
Doug Flutie, who has come back to see his alma mater take on Tennessee here in the Hall of Fame Bowl. And now we'll go to action on a critical 3rd down for BC. They need to keep a drive alive here and get back on the board. Foley under pressure. Now he unloads. Picked off. Stacey Smith, the senior from Janesboro, Georgia, reverses his field. Smith down to the 27-yard line. Tracy Smith had an ankle injury. They didn't know how much he could play in this game. That is the 4th interception of his career. And only the first turnover of the ball game.
Anytime you get pressure, Foley had to avoid the rush. Now he just tries to strong arm it down the field. It becomes a jump ball. Clarence Cannon just gets out jumped. Tracy Smith takes it away from him. Watch this. He gets up, has inside position, and just muscles the ball away from him, and then puts on a running exhibition down the field where he's got to be exhausted at the end of it.
Garner and Brunson are the backs. Garner gets the carry inside the 25. Stephen Boyd made the tackle. Tennessee with a good stable of tailbacks. We've seen a lot of Garner today, who rushed for 928 yards, but they also have James Stewart, who is a sophomore. He rushed for 386, averaged 4.5 yards a carry. And Aaron Hayden averaged over 5 yards a carry. So that's 3 guys who have more than 1,700 yards rushing between them. 2nd and 7, Tennessee. Schuler on the option. BC strings it out, and Schuler has to go out of bounds at the 27-yard line. He'll lose 2 or 3.
Boston College's defense really in good pursuit. They defended the option very well. And like I said, the thing that they don't have to worry about now is with Tennessee having the ball so close to their goal line, BC's goal line, is you take the speed factor out. Now you can chase and pursue. Your defensive backs can play closer. Tom McManus can come in and fill for the run. He doesn't have to get caught up in trying to go to pass coverage.
3rd and 8, spotted at the 26. From here, it would be a 44-yard field goal attempt. Schuler with time, throws underneath. Faulkner all the way to the 12-yard line. The junior from Richmond, Kentucky. A gain of 14.
Heath Schuler setting real strong. He knows exactly where he wants to go with the ball. Set strong in the pocket. Nice little hop, step, and delivery. Was trained at Gus Purcell's school down in North Carolina. His quarterback school really doesn't have what one might determine as bad habits. He's a very, very schooled quarterback.
Garner to the 5-yard line, dragging Chris Sullivan, number 93, with him. Tennessee could put themselves in a great position with a touchdown here, already up by 14.
Watch the left guard, Bubba Miller. Bubba pulls, kicks out. Garner has a crater to run through up the middle. They'll do a good job of getting them down at the 5.
Garner with Brunson in front of him. It is 2nd and 2. Garner again tries to cut it outside, and he'll be stopped all the way back at the 9-yard line. And it was the strong safety, Terrence Wiggins, number 49, who got up there in a hurry. And that illustrates your point about being able to bring people closer to the line of scrimmage.
I mean, if they can hold them to a field goal here, the defense will have done their job again. It looks like Boston College, their defense is spending a lot more time on the field. The sun's come out. It's getting a little bit hotter. They're a smaller defensive unit than Tennessee is up front on offense. They got to get off the field quick, get themselves a little rest.
3rd and 5, and Tennessee has run the ball very, very well. They converted 7 out of 10 third downs in this game. Here come the blitz again. Schuler picks it up and throws for Faulkner, incomplete at the 5-yard line.
That's a great job by Steve Sabo, the defensive coordinator for the Boston College Eagles. What he decides to do is, if they're big up front and they're not that good at pass rushing, let's go after him down here. We don't have to worry about the speed. Make Schuler throw the ball into a confined area. He's still young.
Bexford will come on to try the field goal. He missed one early in the ball game, wide right. This will be a 25-yard attempt. And Bexford knocks this one through. So Tennessee extends its lead. It's now 24-7, 3rd quarter.
Nicoderm, nicotine transdermal system by prescription only.
I'd heard about the Nicoderm patch, but when it comes to something like that, I only go to one place for advice.
Nicoderm, ask your doctor about it.
After all, who knows better?
Sandwich Improvement by Vlasic Pickles.
When building a sandwich, the most important detail is the crunchy, juicy Vlasic Pickles.
Because Vlasic has the taste that guarantees a successful project.
Remember, Vlasic Pickles, the sandwich improvement you can do yourself.
To celebrate Corbel Champagne.
You can teach your kids the fun of basketball from the right techniques to the right attitude with the help of a great coach and ESPN Home Video. Legendary UCLA basketball coach John Wooden shows you how to teach your kids all the basics, plus the importance of mental attitude to build confidence and the enjoyment of the game. A free phone call gets you started.
Bend your knees. Relax. Don't stand stiff. Be loose. Be loose. Have those hands moving.
Teaching Kids Basketball is just one of the many Teaching Kids videos available from ESPN, all featuring proven methods from famous coaches. To order Teaching Kids Basketball for just $29.95, call 1-800-841-8900. Ask the operator about our other Teaching Kids videos and save $5 when you order 2. You'll also receive a free ESPN Home Video catalog. Teaching Kids Sports is child's play with ESPN Home Video.
4:42 to go 3rd quarter from Tampa, Florida. The Hall of Fame Bowl, Tennessee, is now rung up a 24-7 lead. And Tennessee committed a personal foul on the extra point. So they are going to have to kick off from their own 20-yard line. And that's a big break for Boston College, a team that really needs a big break at this point.
BC on offense is going to have to get out of the way they wanted to attack this game. They're going to have to open it up a little bit more. The clock now becomes an adversary as opposed to an ally.
Chucky Dukes, 33. Justice Smith, 42. Now move up to their 15. Joey Chapman, the junior, kicking into the wind this time. And hits another good one. Dukes all the way back to the 10. Made the first man missed and got it up to the 34. Let's check in with Jerry Punch. Doctor?
Hey, guys, last week, probably the most popular T-shirt in Chestnut Hill right outside of Boston was this one. The last time Tom Coughlin took a team to Tampa Bay, they won the Super Bowl. We turn it around on the backside. It says, on January 1st, he returns. They're hoping maybe some of that Super Bowl magic would rub off, but thus far, guys, it hasn't helped too much.
Well, they also hope, Jerry, that he will stay to take them to more bowls. Done a great job in turning it around. Dukes and Campbell, the split backs. Now they go to the eye. Chucky Dukes. Closed down on in a hurry by Jeff Tullis. Thrifty Car Rental Bowl Week concludes tomorrow night at 7:45 with the Peach Bowl. It will be number 24 Mississippi State and number 19 North Carolina from Atlanta. It's live 7:45 Eastern. Been some outstanding games so far. 2nd and 9. Foley rolls to his right, throws on the run, incomplete, knocked away by Steve Sexton, number 9, diving for the interception.
Boston College trying to split the double zone. Session does just a good job of staying down the field with the receiver and not backing off. Right part of your screen, you see him, he's in double coverage, he lays back. Foley throws the ball inside, can't get it to Ivan Boyd.
And Session, one of the few seniors on this ball club. Backup corner. Boston College, 20% on 3rd down conversion. Foley throws and tried to hit his tight end again. Mitchell over the middle, who was complaining he was held, but the pass was overthrown. And Jason Parker was the man who was defensively on him.
Todd Kelly made an impact. It was creating problems early. Now the Boston College Landry slid off helping the tackle, came back, picked him up, gave Foley a throwing lane to try and complete the pass.
Foley has only hit 2 passes in the 3rd quarter for 6 yards. And they'll have to punt it away. Beckley to Summers. Summers has a lane. Now hit as he got to the 30-yard line and stopped there. 47-yard punt, a return of 12. 3rd quarter, Tennessee leads by 17.
What if you could choose any car in the world and price was no object? Your heart's desire, just for the asking. A USA Today reader poll answered that question. Lincoln Town Car. The Ferrari came in second. Lincoln. What a luxury car should be.
1847, Werner Siemens opens his first factory and begins to manufacture the world's most advanced telegraph. That was then. This is now. Today, Siemens has 60 factories all across America, with over 15,000 manufacturing people turning out an astonishing variety of high-tech electronic and electrical products with quality American industry can count on. Siemens, precision thinking.
I was born
in a small town. That's where my customers
are.
Who would know better how to welcome business travelers to small towns and big towns than Holiday Inn?
It's just like the town I was born in.
Holiday Inn. Stay with someone you know who really knows you.
Why settle for average protection against razor irritation when Edge gives you the best? Edge Gel. Ultimate closeness. Ultimate comfort. That's the Edge.
That's the skyline of downtown Tampa on the Florida Sun Coast, and the fans here watching Tennessee leading Boston College. Let's check in with Jerry Punch. Jerry?
Guys, BC defensive coordinator Steve Szabo has been working diligently trying to rearrange the assignments up front in his defense to try to contain the draw trap and the inside trap maneuver. But his biggest concern is poor tackling. He's been yelling at his players, trying to teach them you do not leave your feet and make a tackle. You dive at someone, they're going to run right by you, which is what Heath Schuler did just a little while ago when he scored. Back upstairs.
Tennessee takes over at its own 30. Schuler with play action. Hit from behind, got away. Got away from a second tackler and spins out to the 31-yard line. Philip Fulmer, a longtime assistant coach after his playing days for Tennessee, offensive line coach, offensive coordinator. Funny how your perspective changes. He becomes the head coach. He said he always wanted the best athletes on the offensive line. Now being a head coach, he wants them on defense.
See if he can get him on the other side. He says, you know, we can handle the offensive side. I'm an offensive coach. I want him to stop people over there.
2nd and 10. Draw play. James Stewart. Line of scrimmage and no more. Stephen Boyd hit him for Boston College. He did a great job the last 3 years as the offensive coordinator. Look at this, over 400 yards per game as an offensive coordinator, and every year they set a new school record at 91, 467 yards per game. This year they're down to 388 with all those freshmen and sophomores. 3rd and 10. Here comes the blitz. Again, Schuler with no problem gets it off to Phillips. The big fullback across midfield, breaking tackle. He's got a blocker with him, and he's going to go all the way. Mose Phillips. The longest pass play of the year for Tennessee, 69 yards, and Phillips makes people miss.
He makes people miss, but also you've got to criticize Boston College's ability to tackle. This is a 9-yard gain. Tom McManus misses him. He comes in, he gets hit from the side. Joe Camara misses him. Now he just, I would call that running, I'd say lumbers on into the end zone. He's not, he wouldn't be mistaken for one of the track guys at Tennessee, but he got in 69 yards later.
Bexford for the point after. And Tennessee now starting to dominate, leading 31-7 over Boston College. You talked about how much you like Schuler. The numbers on that sophomore quarterback, 18 out of 23, 246 yards, 2 touchdowns. He ran for another one. He's just been superb.
And really, he's getting, you know, you give him a big pat on the back, and I really think he's special. But on that particular play, you can't really give much credit to Tennessee's offense. Mose Phillips, yes, he did a good job. It's just lousy tackling by Boston College's linebackers and secondary people. And that has really been the key factor, I think, in this game the entire day.
Let's go to Jerry Punch. Doctor, what do you have?
You know, we asked Keith Schuler why he wanted to go to Tennessee. He said, you're from a small area in western North Carolina, Bryson City, up in Swain County. He said, you know, where I come from, it's a small county, but we live for Friday nights. Everyone lives for that Friday night high school football game. I wanted to go somewhere and play where football was a religion. The first time I walked in General Neyland Stadium, I looked up and saw 97,000 plus people worshiping the Big Orange. I said, hey, I found a home, so I'm coming to Tennessee.
He believed, and they're saying hallelujah.
Oh, boy, Tennessee is a very lucky football team to have that young man as their quarterback.
Chucky Dukes and Justice Smith trying to make something happen on the kickoff. It doesn't look like they'll have a chance, and Dukes backs out of the end zone. Playoffs heating up, and so does ESPN's NFL Game Day and Prime Time. We'll have shows of both tomorrow and Sunday. Tomorrow, Game Day begins at 11:30 in the morning. Prime Time at 7:30, both Eastern times. Then on Sunday, noon Eastern for Game Day, back at 7:30 with Prime Time. You get in-depth interviews and analysis on all 4 first-round contests. That's on Game Day, and then we'll show you the highlights and analyze everything on Prime Time. Foley has to go to the passing game under pressure. Throws short and complete to Dukes. He'll get about 2 out of it before Ben Talley makes the tackle.
This is when it really gets tough for offensive linemen. You've got a 24-point deficit to try and make up. You know that Tennessee is just going to put it back and come after them. And they only have to rush 4, but they have absolutely no run keys or have to take care of run at all. And they certainly aren't. They're just going after Glenn Foley.
They gave him 4 on the last play, so it's 2nd and 6. Dukes about 2 yards shy of a first down out at the 28. You had a feeling that Tom Coughlin may have suspected his defense couldn't contain Tennessee the way he gambled so many times in the first half. And there's someone looking for help, and you wonder if it's there.
A little divine intervention, maybe. I don't know. I hope he's not looking for rain because they're not ahead, so he doesn't want the field to get sloppy.
3rd and a long 1 with 53 seconds to go, 3rd quarter. Campbell, the single setback. Foley to throw for it. Too high for Miller. Over his head, Tracy Smith was right there.
That time, Glenn Foley, he rushed it. You see it happen at every level of quarterbacking. When a receiver breaks open, you want to get him the ball so bad and so quickly that they just sail and take off on you. And that was the case right there where it got away from Glenn Foley.
And they will punt it away on 4th and a yard with 40 seconds to go, third quarter. Beckley kicks to Summers. Short kick, and it takes a Tennessee bounce back to midfield. So it's all starting to go wrong for the Eagles of Boston College. A punt of only 21 yards. We talked about the youth of both of these ball clubs earlier, and really at the luncheon when they asked the seniors to stand up, there weren't many.
One table.
39 freshmen on Boston College, 24 sophomores. They far outnumber the upperclassmen, 28 total between juniors and seniors. Heath Schuler is out of the ball game. Jerry Colquitt, number 14, a sophomore from Oak Ridge, Tennessee, is into the ball game. And he gives it off to the third tailback, Aaron Hayden.
Michael, pay attention to one thing when Jerry Colquitt goes back to throw, if he does at some point in time. He has a very strong resemblance to the delivery that we used to see from Randall Cunningham when he was at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. It's a long, very deliberate release. He's about the same height, got the same type of long legs, but it's a long, elongated release, something he will work on.
That will be the end of the third quarter from Tampa, the Hall of Fame Bowl, and it's now Tennessee in command, 31-7.
Do you know what you need to know about managing your money? Take the Wall Street Journal personal finance test and find out. Are you wasting money by buying a car rather than leasing it? Are there drawbacks to refinancing a loan at a lower rate? When can you throw away old tax returns? You'll find the answers in this free book, The Wall Street Journal Guide to Understanding Personal Finance. The guide is filled with information, from financing your new car to refinancing your home. There's even information on how to lower your taxes. It's yours free when you subscribe to The Wall Street Journal. Every business day, The Wall Street Journal gives you the news, analysis, and insights you need to make the right decisions for your business, your career, your future. Subscribe now to The Wall Street Journal. Get 13 weeks of the Journal for $37, over 20% off the newsstand price, and your free copy of the Guide to Personal Finance. Call 800-227-3400. That's 800-227-3400.
Boston College, among the nation's most sought-after universities, an experience as broad as imaginations and talents can reach. Here, students from around the world form answers to questions about life, learning, ethics, and morality, while striving to excel intellectually and professionally, to grow spiritually and personally, to use what they learn to make a difference in the world, and to have fun doing it. Boston College, a university for the 1990s in the timeless Jesuit tradition.
Due to time constraints, we move ahead to further action in our presentation of the Hall of Fame Bowl from Tampa, Florida, between number 16 Boston College and number 17 Tennessee. ESPN's presentation of college football, the 1993 Hall of Fame Bowl, is brought to you by Budweiser, the king of beers, who reminds you friends know when to say when. And by Thrifty Car Rental. For worldwide reservations, call 1-800-4CARS. Our thanks to the Family Channel Blimp for the aerial coverage of today's game from Tampa, Florida. The blimp being piloted today by Jim Dexter. Beautiful day to fly over the Sun Coast. Tennessee takes over on downs near their own 35-yard line with Jerry Colquitt, the sophomore, in at quarterback. Colquitt gives it off to Hayden, and Hayden pounds out over across the 40-yard line. Sullivan in on the tackle, along with McManus.
Tennessee, baby, number one now. What's up, Brooke?
It's J.J. McCluskey, who was trying to say, don't count us out, Lee Corso.
Oh, I wonder why. You think Lee maybe picked Boston College in this one?
Tell you what, picking games is not easy. You make half the people mad just doing it. Hayden cuts it back against the grain, slips a tackle, gets out to the 45, and may have a first down. Let's check in with Jerry Punt.
Hey, guys, J.J. McCleskey never at a loss for words. A minute ago, he came out of the bench area. He came over, saw my ESPN microphone, grabbed it, and said, hey, tell Lee Corso he picked wrong again. He picked BC, and he ain't going to do it. And he smiled, and his smile said, tell Lee that for me. And I'm sure Lee is watching back in New Orleans, keeping us abreast of the bowl coverage.
Well, Jerry, you know, McCleskey has had to be opinionated. He's listed as 5'8". Probably may not be that big. And people always say, gee, he's got a lot of heart. And he says, hey, cut out the hard stuff. I'm a football player. I don't want to hear that stuff. And he is. Third on his team in tackles from the strong safety spot. Hayden, the tailback, they have the 1st and 10. And Colquitt on the roll. He'll keep it and pick up about 3. Got to the 48-yard line. And once again, Chris Sullivan and Stephen Boyd in on the tackle. Sullivan has been very active from that tackle spot.
Heath Schuler's a sophomore. Has a lot of physical tools delivering the football. Jerry Colquitt is a young man that's going to have to work on speeding up his delivery and speeding up just his general nature. He comes away from the center a little bit slower. He's got to work on that. Whether it's decisions or whether it's mechanics, those are both areas that he can spend some time working on through the off season if he's in summer school or as he prepares for his future at Tennessee.
2nd and 7. Hayden dragging a tackler with him in the Boston College territory at the 48-yard line. J.J. Surlis, the guy who was hung in there, multiple knee operations, already has arthritis in his knees, a college football player, and probably playing the last game of his career. Been a lot of guys who have been banged up in college, knew this was their last game, and very few of them regretted it just because of the experience.
You'd never regret the experience, Mike. You're absolutely right. That's the one thing that stays with you.
3rd and 3. Colquitt throws to Fleming. First down and more. Fleming has speed. Touchdown, Tennessee. And the Tennessee coaches were complaining they didn't have enough speed at wide receiver.
Heath Schuler threw a quick post off a blitz last time. Watch the left part of your screen. They don't blitz this time with as much speed. This is just a question of poor tackling. It's been the nemesis for Boston College's defense all day. That time, Kubiyama comes up and can't bring him down.
Bexford for the point after. Fleming, 5 catches, 102 yards, and 2 touchdowns in this game. It's all Tennessee.
To celebrate Corbel Champagne.
Introducing the 32-valve, 280-horsepower Lincoln Mark 8, and the most powerful argument we can make on its behalf. Drive everything else first. The new Lincoln Mark 8. What a luxury car should be.
Thanks to Smart Rate from the Discover card, interest charges now have a whole new bottom line. Smart Rate, currently as low as 14.9%. It pays to Discover.
At BASF, we help make carpet you can work with.
Good night.
And carpet you can live with.
Honey, I'm home.
At BASF, we don't make the carpet, we make it better.
7:05 to go in the Hall of Fame Bowl, and Tennessee now on top 38-7 over Boston College. Senior Tom McManus with all those tackles, all those tough stops in the middle, and always a disappointing way to end the season and end the college football career.
You know, and taking into consideration in his first college game as a freshman, on his first play on a kickoff against Pittsburgh, he recovered a fumble. I mean, it started with such a high note and such a great memory, and he's done an awful lot for that Boston College program. He's got nothing to put his head down and nothing that he shouldn't be proud of.
Chucky Dukes and Justice Smith awaiting the kick. Taken by one of the up men and stopped as they got to the 25-yard line. Let's check in with Jerry Punch. Jerry?
Guys, on a serious note, before the season began, both these teams suffered devastating losses. For Boston College, sophomore safety Jay McGillis lost the battle with leukemia, died on July 3rd, and the team wears his number 31 on the left side of their jersey right over their heart. For Tennessee, it was longtime trainer Tim Karen. More than just a trainer, he was a friend, a father figure, and a role model. Died unexpectedly August 4th of a ruptured aneurysm. They remember Tim by wearing a shamrock on the back of their helmet, green with the letters TIM inside. Back upstairs.
All right, thank you, Jerry. A lot of memories for all these kids coming into this ball game. Foley back into the ball game, throwing incomplete to Dukes, and there's the shamrock. And we've got to have a little how to wear your helmet practice.
Obviously, that is going to be a lesson that the offensive line, you know, these guys, they're not used to being on camera, so they do a little goofy stuff every now and then. There's the 31 on the left shoulder over the heart.
Foley back to throw over the middle to Mitchell, who has had a big ball game and has 2 more years left. Eligibility at Boston College, an excellent tight end. Some scores updated for you. Georgia leading Ohio State in the Citrus Bowl. Notre Dame and Texas A&M scoreless. For all you Irish watchers, we got one in the booth here.
I am an Irish watcher.
Foley throws underneath.
Chucky Dukes has struggled. There's a guy that just haven't been able to get into the ball game. He a couple opportunities, tried to run him, put him out in the pass patterns, has missed a few passes. Some of them been down the way. He's probably another one of those seniors that's going to be playing in his last football game.
Clock running down to 6:22 to go. Foley showing a lot of courage hanging in here. He's been beaten up the entire game. Throws again incomplete. This time intended for Clarence Cannon, number 27, and well defended. Tennessee secondary has really impressed me today.
It's a combination. You're right. It's a combination. I mean, everybody talks about what makes great pass coverage, great pass rush. But also, pass rushers get sacks because the quarterback has no place to put the football when the secondary does a good job of covering. I think it's been a combination of those factors all day.
That's Deron Jenkins, who is a true freshman. The free safety Parker is also a true freshman. Dukes trying to break the draw. Cut it outside, got a nice block. And Chucky Dukes forced out of bounds to the 39-yard line by David Bennett.
Nice little bit of shifty movement on that one. Little fake inside, turns the corner, does it once, then does it again.
Dukes only with 4.58 speed, and that's not the kind of speed that gets you into the pro ranks as a running back.
Mike Stoll moved over from right guard to left tackle.
SEC's what it's all about.
Really the only returning starter on that offensive line. They've done a magnificent job. Foley throws the out to Boyd. Boyd will make the catch down at the 18-yard line, brought down by Sean Summers, another freshman defensive back.
But Ivan Boyd is just a junior. I mean, he's just gotten better and better. Glenn Foley has gotten a lot more confidence in him. This time he goes up and reaches for the ball. This isn't a case of him waiting for it to come. He's a little lazy in his route, but he does go up and snatch it and gets everything he can out of it.
First down, Boston College, and Foley goes to the shotgun. Over the middle, Mitchell couldn't hold it at the goal line. Bennett was right there, but Foley got the ball to him.
David Bennett locked up in one-on-one coverage. There's the ball thrown just a little bit behind Pete Mitchell. Bennett does a nice job of seeing the ball and knocking it out of Mitchell's hands.
5:44 left in the ball game. Here comes the blitz. Foley unloads. Mitchell inside the 5. Mitchell, touchdown. does a great job of presenting himself as a target downfield.
You really analyze that perfect, Mike. He gets his shoulders squared around so the quarterback has a big target to look at. Watch this. See how he squares around? That way, if he has to slide a little to the left or a little bit to the right, it's not that difficult to catch. This young man has got himself an excellent future. Gets off the ball well, put on a few pounds, use him either as the H-back style of back. Great concentration, big target, makes plays.
7 catches, 79 yards, and 2 touchdowns for Mitchell. The Eagles will go for 2. Looking for Mitchell again. Got him. The 2-point conversion. The 8th catch for Mitchell. He has 2 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion. Going to hear a lot of this young kid in the next 2 years.
Quick release outside. Linebacker comes. Foley gets it off. Touchdown. Or excuse me, 2 points.
5:37 to go in the game. It's now Tennessee 38, Boston College 15.
I joined a diet plan and spent $90 a week to go from a size 12 to a size 8.
3 months later, she was back to a size 12.
Then I called NordicTrack. Now I'm a size 8 for good. With NordicTrack, I not only lost the weight fast, but it stayed off.
And you can keep it off. NordicTrack helps you lose weight and keep it off because NordicTrack raises your metabolism. It actually changes the rate at which your body consumes calories. And since NordicTrack simulates cross-country skiing, the world's most efficient aerobic exercise, it burns calories faster than bikes, treadmills, and stair climbers, up to 1,100 calories per hour. So you lose weight fast and keep it off, unlike most diets and diet plans.
I never thought that such an easy workout would keep the weight off, but it does.
I lost 25 pounds on my liquid diet plan.
He gained it all back.
But then I discovered NordicTrack, and the weight came off, it stayed off.
And you can keep it off in just 20 minutes a day, 3 days a week. And NordicTrack exercises both your lower and upper body, so you'll get a total body workout.
NordicTrack cost me a lot less than joining a diet plan or a health club.
I took diet pills. I lost 34 pounds.
6 months later, the weight came back.
That's when I decided to get off the diet roller coaster and get on a NordicTrack. Using a NordicTrack is easier to stick with than any diet plan I've ever been on. And I can still eat regular meals.
In fact, NordicTrack is so easy to stick with that after 5 years, 7 out of 10 NordicTrack owners still use their NordicTrack skiers 3 times a week.
It's been more than 2 years. The weight's still off, and I'm still on my NordicTrack.
NordicTrack is so effective, we guarantee you lose 10 pounds in the first 60 days or we'll give you a refund. So call now to lose weight and keep it off. Guaranteed.
It's easy. Anyone can do it.
I did it.
You should give NordicTrack a try.
Call for a free video and brochure.
38-15, Tennessee over Boston College here at the Hall of Fame Bowl. 5:37 to go in the ball game. And Tennessee anticipating the onside kick. Sylvan and Faulkner are deep, but they're waiting at their own 25-yard line. There's that high bounce, and Tennessee will come out with the football. Stewart gets the recovery. One of the great things about Johnny Majors as a college coach is when he went into a recruit's home, he could close the deal. He recruited some great athletes over his tenure at Tennessee and at Pittsburgh, and I'm sure he'll do it again. The only question about Phil Fulmer, will he be able to have that same recruiting ability? Of course, he's done a lot of it as an assistant coach, but will he have that ability to close the big deal with the top recruits?
Both of these programs very attractive, excellent programs, good opportunities to win football games. I think that's what you're looking for if you're going to play. You're going to be a student athlete at the college level.
Stewart, the tailback behind Colquitt, and he'll get the carry.
Tom Coughlin, on the other hand, will have to make a decision quick. Obviously, we're right in the middle of the recruiting season for college football. He certainly will want to either make a decision, so whoever does take over for him, if he does choose to go, will have the opportunity to get the players, and if he does choose to stay, he will still be able to bring in the athletes he needs to keep his program #1. And the thing is, too, for him, you know, anything attached to football, he was in charge of. That's another thing if you go become a professional coach. These are all the factors that he talked about, considering if the opportunity came. How much control will he have? How much input will he have?
2nd and 8. And I don't think Tennessee beat the play clock on that one. It'll cost them 5 for a delay.
Oh, delay a game on the offense. 5-yard penalty.
Clint Kubiyama.
Tough when you lose. Here's a young man, grew up in Honolulu, said he wanted a complete change of lifestyle, and certainly you compare temperatures in the winter between Boston and Honolulu, and Boston may finish a close second, but it's going to be second.
Yeah, close. The difference will be where the hyphen is. You know, whether it's minus degrees or plus degrees.
2nd and 13. Stewart with a nice cut, keeps his balance for about the 43-yard line. And in the Blockbuster Bowl, first quarter, Stanford leading Joe Paterno and Penn State.
You know, it's interesting. Stanford, coached by Bill Walsh, of course, went from the professionals back to the college ranks. Makes you wonder out there at USC. Does John Robinson all of a sudden have visions of Trojans dancing through his head again?
I thought John Robinson was an outstanding coach. I would like to see him coaching again. I'm not sure what his personal preference is, but I think he'd be a nice fit with a lot of people. There is a Schuler clause, you bet. Next year, maybe he won't win, but he'll certainly be a candidate for it. He has impressed everyone all year long.
Have you ever created or invented a product? Don't just let it sit there. Do something about it. You can start by calling the Inventors Helpline in Washington, D.C. at 800-227-7000. You'll receive free confidential forms and useful information describing the invention process. And when you call right now, you'll also receive a free brochure which tells you how to begin to develop your new idea. So get the ball rolling. Pick up your phone right now and call for your free Inventor's Kit.
Call 800-227-7000.
We make so much more than our parents ever did. And they bought a house, took vacations.
That was then. Things are different now.
So how are we going to do it?
Get the Wall Street Journal Guide to Understanding Personal Finance. Guide will help you with important information you need to know. Get 13 weeks of the journal for $37 and your free copy of the Guide to Personal Finance. Call 800-832-8700. That's 800-832-8700.
4:06 left in the game. Tennessee on top of Boston College, 38-15.
Great shot. There's another great shot. Philip Fulmer, Todd Kelly. Hate to say goodbye to a guy like that, one of your seniors.
Especially if he's second to Reggie White on the all-time sack list.
He's going to be an interesting scenario. He's 6'4", 262 or 265. Question is, will he go up in weight and be an end, or will he come down in weight and be an outside linebacker pass rusher at the pro level?
Colquitt had that one tipped at the line of scrimmage, and it's incomplete. Intended for Dwayne Freeman, who's in to get a chance to play a little bit.
Todd Kelly had the benefits this year of being coached by Ray Hamilton, former Tampa Bay Buccaneer. He said the interesting thing about Coach Hamilton, he taught him a couple things. He taught him how to really use his hands when it came to being a pass rusher. And we saw that early in the ball game when he took the outside, came hard inside, and also taught him how to really study the ball and get off the ball quickly.
Hutton to punt to Kubiyama. Boston College with 10 men on the line of scrimmage. They come for the block and they won't get it. Kubiyama fair catch, lost the ball, got it back at the 7. Of course, the rumors going around about who will be the coach at Boston College and who will be the coach of the New York Giants, and we found out about that earlier this week.
My commitment is to Boston College. I'm the head coach at Boston College. That's the only thing I know. I'm full speed ahead in that capacity, focused, trying to prepare ourselves to win right here. I'm not going to be dishonest about it, and if and when the official contact is made, then I'll have something positive to say about it.
If the Giants ask permission to speak with you, would you go ahead with an interview?
I'll give it great consideration, and in all likelihood, I would be I would like to talk to them.
Foley throws almost intercepted right in the hands of Victor Brown, the outside linebacker.
Joe, as far as Tom Coughlin, I think he has handled this as well as you could humanly handle this situation.
Oh, I agree with you 100%. Tom Coughlin is the type of a man who can help any organization because he believes in discipline. He requires it from his players, and I think one of the things that has been lacking, unfortunately, in the New York Giant organization this year in particular was discipline. I mean, you're not going to hear players mouthing off and trying to run the football team, and I think that was a big problem. They've got to start from square one, and the best way to do it is with a good foundation. But he's got nothing to apologize for. When he gets his Boston College ball club in the locker room, they've had a great year. They just ran out of a little bit of time and ran into a team with a little more speed this afternoon.
They'll finish 8-3-1. Mitchell with another catch on the last play. Foley under pressure, trying to throw for Mitchell again, and this one's incomplete. I want to thank the Family Channel blimp again for our aerial coverage of today's game from Tampa Stadium. Blimp being piloted by Jim Dexter today. And after some early morning fog that we've had all up and down the East Coast and the South burned off, it's a beautiful day in Tampa.
As Chris the Boomer would say it from the big sombrero down here in Tampa.
Foley throws sideline complete. This will be another first down. Got it out to Cannon. Deron Jenkins takes him out of bounds.
You know, we've been talking about Tennessee and who they've got coming back, Mike. Really, Cannon, he's a sophomore. Keith Miller is a junior. I mean, Ivan Boyd is a junior. They're going to have a pretty sound receiving core.
Mitchell's a sophomore.
Glenn Foley is a junior. So they're going to have a lot of their people coming back. This ball club and this, they're going to compete again in the Big East.
3:13 to go in the game. 38-15, Tennessee. Foley will give on the delay. Dukes out to the 47-yard line.
He just has a wonderful way of making the first tackler miss.
Yes, he does.
I mean, he has really not been brought down in the open field by anybody all day. Off to the right of your screen, you see him slide. Now watch this. Somebody's going to they got a clean shot at him. Oh, there I am. No, I'm not.
First down, BC at its own 48. Foley under a lot of pressure, throws this one downfield, intended for Cannon, and missed him by a couple of steps. BC in the Big East, a football conference that just exploded onto the scene out of nowhere, and of course they have the flagship team with Miami. Pretty good way to start a conference.
Miami in the Big East. That's a pretty big part of Eastern Seaboard. I think when you take and go from Boston to Miami.
A couple of pretty good stops in between. 2nd and 10 for the Eagles. Back under center is Foley. Mitchell lunging. Look at the effort on this guy. 31 to 15 or 38 to 15, and here he is diving, trying to get another first down.
Oh, here's another. You know, we were talking about the wide receiving core, Mike. I mean, Pete Mitchell's just a sophomore. There are 9 catches, 99 yards, 2 TDs,
and a 2-point extra point.
You know, and here's a guy who had 3 touchdowns all year, averaged almost 14 yards a catch. So doing what he does.
Foley wide open is Cannon. He's at the 16-yard line. Clarence Cannon, the sophomore from Roosevelt, New York. That'll stop the clock with 2:32 to go.
People tend to think that they'd say, geez, if they score, the losing score 38, 20, 21, or 22 would look better. No, it doesn't matter.
Of course, hope springs eternal. This score and 2 onside kicks, you win the ball game.
Oh, Mike, you're right.
Foley throwing and throwing it away.
You know, somebody's got to come up with something new. See, Bill Parcells, I hope you're listening because you started this. You and Harry Carson, those guys, you're the ones that started this. And look at that. Philip Fulmer gets the ice nice treatment. Actually, as hot as it is down in the field, he shouldn't mind.
And I'll bet he doesn't mind one bit. His first game as the official head coach of Tennessee. What a way to start the new year. His career record will go to 4-0 and a bright future in front of he and his football team. 2nd and 10 for Foley. Giving directions and then being planted at the 23-yard line. Morris, a reserve defensive lineman, got the last sack.
Morris just gets him. Now they're going to sandwich Mitchell. He does a good job avoiding the block, but you see the safety behind him. He falls down. And Foley had nowhere to go with the football.
We've got a timeout. 2:05 to go in the Hall of Fame Bowl. Back in a moment. Compare the new 32-valve, 280 horsepower Lincoln Mark 8 to everything else. Then you'll understand why, instead of introducing it, we decided to launch it. The new Lincoln Mark 8. What a luxury car should be.
Why settle for average protection against razor irritation when Edge gives you the best? Edge Gel. Ultimate closeness. Ultimate comfort. That's the Edge.
Rise and shine this weekend to ESPN Sunday Sports Day. First, Sports Weekly, then the Sports Reporters, and wrap up with ESPN Sports Center. Start Sunday mornings with ESPN Sunday Sports Day.
38-15. Tennessee will win the 1993 Hall of Fame Bowl in Tampa, Florida. With only 2:05 to go in the ballgame.
Glenn Foley put up some numbers, 22 of 45, 253 yards, 2 TDs, 1 interception, but Philip Fulmer and his defense has done a great job of really taking them out of the rhythm they wanted to establish and controlling this game.
Foley, the screen to Dukes. Dukes to the 10, to the 6. Quincy Prigmore was in on the tackle.
This is a dash screen. He tries to dash to his right as you look at it on the television set. Now he turns back. The defense in pursuit. Jamie Dukes now picks up what should be a wall of blockers. Manages to get down to the 7.
1st and goal, Boston College, a minute and a half to go. They're trying to make the scoreboard look better at this point. Campbell. Campbell diving to the goal line. Touchdown. Darnell Campbell from Brockton showing you some power off the right side. A little bit of window dressing right now for Boston College.
Well, you know they're not going to quit. Coach Coughlin has his ball club ready to play. They're going to play the entire ball game. They're not going to lay down. Glenn Foley's done a very courageous job.
Sure has.
Taking shots in the mouth, twisted his knee, came in with a bad hand. Still out there firing bullets. Now they're going to go for 2.
That was a 93-yard drive. They go for 2. Boyd got it. Nice toss, and Boyd, the 6-foot junior, went up and got it.
Runners can't do it alone. You have to have the guys up front making plays for you. Number 66, Pete Kendall, the right guard's going to make this block happen. Pulls out, slides right around, does a nice job of leaning on Nick Jester. Comes around the slide block, picks up Jester. Campbell just goes off his right side and doesn't quit. Little jump ball. Come right in your living room. Hang it up there, Glenn. Take it off the kitchen table. Ivan, there you go. Got it. And then flip it to under the old flipper to the back judge. He's got that whole thing down, the whole routine down.
And now Boston College undoubtedly will go for another onside kick, trailing by 15. You're right about Foley. It has been a courageous performance. Let's check in with Jerry Punch. Doctor?
Hey, guys, at least 3 of the seniors in Tennessee's lineup will not be playing their last game. J.J. McCleskey, the defensive back, senior. Mike Stoll, offensive tackle. Both those guys on their way to Japan, where they'll play in the Japan Bowl next Saturday night, which you'll be able to see here on ESPN. And then the following week, Todd Kelly, the senior defensive end, awesome All-American football player. He'll play in the Senior Bowl, also on ESPN. Guys?
All right, Jerry, thanks very much.
One thing about Mike Stoll is that he moved from right guard to left tackle this year, but also when he goes to play in the Japan Bowl, he's going to play center over there. He's played every position on the offensive line for Tennessee, which I think is a real plus for him to try and make a transition into the professional ranks, having that much versatility behind him.
Volunteers recover that onside kick, and Summers, who's been back on punts, was the man who did the job on the hands team. Talking with the Tennessee people earlier this week, really impressed by their new coach, Philip Fulmer, and especially by their president, Dr. Joe Johnson, who was very open and honest about the situation with John Majors and what had happened. And can't remember when I have been more impressed by a gentleman during a conversation. Tennessee now working on the clock with 1:19 to go in the game. Colquitt at quarterback. Hayden is the tailback, and he'll get the carry. Cuts it back, nearly broke it. Still on his feet and driving forward to the 37-yard line, where Ed Santabria made the tackle.
You know, that's a tough thing about Tennessee, Mike. You start him with Charlie Garner. Okay, Garner goes out of the game. Then you bring in James Stewart and Aaron Hayden. You really don't get that much of a drop-off because all those backs are so good.
All averaging between 4.5 and 6 yards a carry. 2nd and a yard with 46 seconds to go in the game. It's been our pleasure to bring you this game from Tampa. The wonderful hospitality by the Hall of Fame Bowl Committee. With a long count. Hayden has the first down and picks his way down to the 32, 31-yard line. Most valuable player of this ball game, Heath Shuler of Tennessee. 18 out of 23, 245 yards, 2 touchdowns, ran for another one, which may have been his most impressive ball game of the year.
I think you can start changing that S-H-U-L-E-R to H-E-I-S-M-A-N. I mean, he really is. He's a very special young man, great athlete.
And 2 more years of eligibility.
Speaking of fine men, there's one, Tom Coughlin. Under a lot of duress, a lot of questions, managed to keep his ball club very focused. Really didn't get into sync today. They just never got into the rhythm and tempo they wanted to get into.
And they did not lose this ball game because they were not well prepared coming in. They certainly were. They just got hit by a Tennessee team that showed them some speed and some excellent execution. Boston College used the timeout to stop the clock with 22 seconds left. 1st and 10 for Tennessee. Delaying Philip Fulmer's first celebration as the official head coach.
He doesn't mind. He's in the sun, but he's nice and cool. He's had a nice bath.
And they'll keep it on the ground and see if they can run out the clock. And Boston College is going to use another timeout.
They don't have any more. That's going to be it now.
Well, I guess they want the bowl experience to last as long as they can.
Tom says, we got them. Why not use them?
As we said, both of these ball clubs very, very young. A lot of freshmen, a lot of sophomores, and they'll be coming back next year. Certainly both should be in the top 20 in the preseason polls. You'd have to think Tennessee would be at least in the top 10, if not much higher than that, depending on what kind of recruiting season they might have.
Interesting to see a quarterback with the number 21. Said he got it in high school, just saw the number hanging up there and said, I'll take it. John Hadle had one like that.
That's right.
Did well for him.
Now he's changed. See, he's also, too, he's changing his wardrobe. Look, see? Changing his wardrobe. Now he wants to make sure the hat fits him well. Went from the white one to the orange one. You know, he's got all the tricks down. Now he got this quarterback position down well.
Last play of the ball game. As Tennessee runs Mitchell off left guard. And the Volunteers have done it, their 4th straight New Year's Day bowl game, and they will come out of Tampa, Florida as a winner. Our final score, Tennessee 38, Boston College 23. For Joe Theismann, Jerry Punch, and our entire ESPN crew, I'm Mike Patrick. Happy New Year from Tampa. The history of college football is next.
For the week of December 27th, here are the headlines in thoroughbred racing. Kostroma returns to the winner's circle for the first time in 3 months, winning Hollywood Park's closing day feature, the Dahlia Handicap. Star of the Crop steps up and captures the Grade 2 $100,000 Malibu Stakes at Santa Anita. And we'll meet the TOBA November owner of the month, Dallas Cowboy Tony Casillas. The stories, the features, the races are all coming up next on ESPN.
And they're off. Comes the blood dog shot on the outside. 3 of them across the track. And down the stretch they go.
Welcome to our year-end edition of the Budweiser Thoroughbred Digest. I'm Jeff Metters. Let's close out the year in Southern California with the first race in the Struve Series, which features 3 handicaps for older horses. The $112,000 Grade 2 Malibu Stakes for 3-year-olds, traveling 7 furlongs. Here's the field, starting with Bertrando, who's making a comeback after taking 8 months off due to a respiratory ailment. Bertrando was trained by Bobby Frankel and ridden by Chris McCarron. Bertrando, along with the other half of the entry, Disposal, will be the betting favorites at 7-5. The 2-horse, Fabulous Champ, will pay big. A late bloomer, The Wicked North, is getting respect at 4-1. He's trained by David Bernstein and ridden by Corey Nakatani. Then it's Whatcom Warrior and J.F. Williams, followed by the 6-horse, Star of the Crop at 3-1, making the longest start of his career. Lottery Winner and Mineral Wells are both at 6-1. Rounding out the field, Remington Park Derby winner Vying Victor, trained by Ian Jory, and Never Round, a big long shot, Scratch Slurp. And here's Trevor Denman with the call of the Malibu Stakes.
And away they go. Never Round broke away well. Bertrando got a flyer too, and now Bertrando going straight to the lead. The Wicked North on the inside, Star of the Crop in the gold cap getting up third. J.F. Williams in the white blinkers and Fabulous Champ at the rail. Vying Victor, Never Round on the extreme outside is 4 lengths off the leaders. Then 2 back to Disposal in the white cap. Lottery Winners alongside of him. Mineral Wells extreme outside, and Whatcom Warrior last. 8 lengths would cover the field. They go to the half-mile pole, and Chris McCarron and Bertrando take them along 3/4 of a length to Star of the Crop. The Wicked North at the rail are joined third with J.F. Williams in the white blinkers. Never Round on the outside, then Fabulous Champ. Lottery Winner is 7 off them. Whatcom Warrior at the rail. Mineral Wells going to have to go wide. Disposal's got to do better, and then Vying Victor. Approaching the quarter pole in the Malibu, and it's Bertrando and Star of the Crop, and both of them are running powerfully on the lead. 2 back to J.F. Williams and the Wicked North. Homeward bound now, Bertrando down at the rail, but Star of the Crop is full of run in the gold cap, and Star of the Crop gets the lead now from Bertrando and the Wicked North. Star of the Crop, Bertrando's trying to come back at him. Star of the Crop going on to win the Malibu. Star of the Crop goes on to win it well. The Wicked North came flying late to just touch Bertrando out of second.
Star of the Crop catches a fading Bertrando for his 6th win in 14 starts. The win also gave jockey Gary Stevens his 5th win on the day. The Wicked North finishes 2nd, and Bertrando's comeback efforts wind up 3rd. The final 2 stops in the Struve Series are the $200,000 added San Fernando Stakes in January and the $500,000 Struve Stakes in February. Well, Star of the Crop's victory turned out to be a little overshadowed. The day began with a crowd of over 46,000 at Santa Anita, but problems with the track's state-of-the-art tote system left them all dressed up with no place to bet. The track estimates the problems cost them $3 million in wagering, casting a shadow on what they had hoped would be a record-setting day. Counting satellite wagering outlets, Santa Anita missed out on a crowd of 70,000 plus. When the digest continues, we'll head back to the races and say goodbye to a legendary track announcer. Stay with us.
Budweiser Thoroughbred Digest, the weekly national report on thoroughbred racing, is brought to you by Budweiser. Nothing beats the excitement of horse racing, and nothing beats a Bud. The Daily Racing Form, America's Turf Authority. And by Gainsborough Farm.
Okay, so why is it the only thing we have in common with these older guys?
Give me a Budweiser.
It's the beer we drink.
Coincidence, perhaps?
Well, perhaps there's some unseen force that binds the universe together and makes us like Bud.
Or perhaps you guys could just ask him.
Budweiser just isn't like other beers.
Beechwood Age.
It's the rice. It's the hops. Whoa, maybe we can learn something from our elders after all.
Illinois breds win almost $20 million a year by racing in Illinois. Such racing greats as Western Playboy, the all-time Illinois bred money earner and winner of over $1.1 million. A firm's image with lifetime earnings of more than $301,000. And what'd you think? Who topped $300,000 in earnings with wins like this in the $300,000 Grade 2 Arlington Classic? Come share the wealth. Be a part of breeding and racing in Illinois. It's getting better all the time.
You know, Zestrance is better than soap.
Of course, silly.
Did you know that no soap is better for your skin?
Or your skin.
Zest lathers you clean, then rinses you cleaner. Soap leaves a yucky film behind, but Zest rinses clean away.
A girl's got to take care of her skin.
And no soap is better for your skin than Zest.
Zestfully clean. Can I have my towel? You're not fully clean unless you're zestfully clean. Feels smooth.
What makes the Daily Racing Form America's Turf Authority?
I like the Andy Byers speed figures that they included.
Byers speed figures.
Yeah.
It's the best.
The form is very easy to use. It doesn't take long to learn.
The turf records, their off-track records.
Well, I like to see the comments from the different handicappers.
There's really not another paper out there.
The Daily Racing Form, America's Turf Authority.
So like I say, it's indispensable. You know, what else can I say? You've got to have it. You've got to have the form.
Welcome back to the rail here on the Digest. We're going to start the final race recap of 1992 with the closing day feature of Hollywood Park's fall meeting, the $111,000 Dahlia Handicap for female turf runners 3 and up. The standout in this field of 8 fillies and mares is Kostroma, who's responsible for the 5 scratches. She had been in the running for an Eclipse until she finished 3rd in the Matriarch to the likely champion Flawlessly. And now, here's the call of the $111,000 Dahlia Handicap.
There they go. The Zaha is